Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Fairy Tale, Opening Double Kamui. Chapter 81. Didn't make the chairman cry for too long. It didn't take long for the guys from the council to appear after defeating the specter, and the arrival of the Knights of Rune directly detained Fairy Tale for interrogation. What was too much was that the chairman directly threw Chiang, who was tied up. "This is the mastermind, you can take it away, the rest of us are victims." What's even more exaggerated is that other people, including Mira, nodded. "You were not like this before." There was no other way. The matter of arguing with the council was handed over to Chiang, and the rest of them went to discuss the matter of the new house. 1 week later, everyone in Fairy Tale is working hard to build a house, and they are going to do a big renovation right away. Even the president, who was heartbroken at the beginning, is very motivated. Erza wears overalls and catches people who don't work hard at the construction site, such as a certain Natsu, a certain Gray. Speaking of which, isn't it a bit too big? Wakaba and Macau were a little surprised to see the planned foundation twice as large as before. "Because they were all damaged, we simply rebuilt a bigger one. It just so happens that our guild has also grown a lot. Hey, look, this is the scheduled completion drawing." Mira happily raised the drawing paper in her hand, which was the result of her hard work for 2 nights. "It turns out that's pretty good." Natsu, who had just been hammered into the ground by Erza, pulled himself out when he heard that there was a completed picture. What will become of it? Not to be outdone, Gray also came over, and he was also very curious about how his guild would become. But he didn't realize that there was a pair of eyes peeking at him not far away. Forehead. It's hard to rate. After seeing the finished picture, Macau and Wakaba didn't plan to comment, and they also guessed whose work it was. "This picture is really bad. Which idiot drew it?" Gray doesn't have this emotional intelligence anymore, so he just says what he has. Mira, who was still smiling just now, covered her face and cried in an instant. What a result of her 2 nights. Chiang said it looks good. Gray panicked for a moment. This seemed to be the second time he had caused Mira to cry. This time he didn't rush to comfort, he looked around first. Juvia hid quickly when she saw this scene. She thought Gray had noticed that someone was watching him secretly. Nobody. Gray breathed a sigh of relief and was about to comfort Mirajan when a pile of logs fell from his head. Clap clap. Countless pieces of wood fell directly on Gray's head, and he passed out directly. "I said you kid is bullying Mira again. Gray, learn about emotional intelligence in the future, don't learn everything from Natsu." The figure of Chiang appeared beside Gray, and he poked Gray's head with his hand. The moment Natsu saw Chiang, his legs trembled non-stop. It wasn't fear, it was a physiological reaction. Chiang did what he said. Although Gajil is not a 4-element, but Chiang said that it is normal to have 5 of the 4 elements, and directly sentenced Natsu to lose. Of course, Natsu refused to accept it and resisted. As a result, on the second day, Natsu directly exploded the army toilet, and the army couldn't bear to let him out. Then he exploded the toilet at Lucy's house, and Lucy almost didn't go to Natsu desperately. After finally getting through it, Chiang appeared again and gave him a tube, and he took it for another day. Now seeing Chiang Natsu, his knees go limp, afraid that Chiang will suddenly take out another tube of that yellow liquid. "Natsu, don't be so scared, I won't eat you again. Don't come here. ... Noon. Gray and Natsu had already started to rest. I'm so hungry, it's time to eat now." Bark. A stream of water sprayed over and drenched Natsu directly, but Gray had an extra bento box in his hand. "What is this? Looks very tasty." "Hey, I know. This is called a modeling bento. Who would eat such a weird thing?" Juvia was crying to death in the corner. It took Juvia 3 days to do it. At this time Erza, the contractor, appeared, but Chiang did not come. He was betrayed by Erza. Erza told the chairman that he had a magic to build a house, and was directly taken away by the chairman. "Who allowed you to eat bento?" Obviously, Erza is the kind of conscientious contractor who won't give food if he doesn't finish it less than greater than. But looking at the shaped bento in Gray's hand, she also got greedy, took a bite and found that it was surprisingly good, and the 3 of them finished the bento directly. Juvia automatically ignored the 2 of them, watching Gray ate his bento and passed out happily. "By the way, why didn't I see Lucy today?" "Then let's go see him." Natsu wanted to run away a long time ago, only tiredness remained after the enthusiasm. Not far away, Loki looked at everyone in the guild with a tired face, as if he was not doing well. Snapped. A hand patted on his shoulder. What's wrong? How did the magic power drain so quickly? Guang was sitting next to Loki with a grilled fish. Originally, he was happily touching the fish, but he was worried when he saw Loki. He didn't expect it to be so serious. Loki was relieved to see that it was Guang. Guang was the only one who knew about his affairs, and he had been helping him all the time. Loki smiled miserably at Guang. I don't know too well, the medicine is no longer effective, and the specter consumed mana before. He also participated in the battle before. Although he knew that his body was no longer allowed, he still didn't want to be a bystander. He really liked this guild. Guang's expression was serious. Loki couldn't last half a year in his original condition, and now he doesn't know how long he can last. Moreover, he was also injured, and he was not as easy to treat as a normal person after being injured. Go to my house, and I'll show you. Guang grabbed his hand and wanted to teleport, but was stopped by Loki. No, Guang, you've helped me a lot, I'm a little tired, maybe since I killed Karen I should. Shut up, I'll figure out a way, just listen obediently. Guang ignored him and took him directly back to his pharmacy. Castle of Heartfilia. Lucy is changing into gorgeous and noble clothes under the service of servants. She came back to meet someone, and ended one thing. It's so beautiful, Missy. Do you feel a little small? Everyone in the castle was very happy that the young lady came back, and they were always worried about the young lady who left home. It's okay, I'll go then. It is good. Lucy walked slowly towards the study, and finally, after a year, she was going to see that man again. Open the door. I'm back, my lord father. Come in. You're finally back, Lucy. Jude Heartfilia, Lucy's father, greeted Lucy in an ordinary way, and his tone was not at all like his daughter. I am very sorry that I left this house without saying anything, and I have reflected on it. Lucy was still a little afraid of her father, but for her own purposes she still watched him say this. Very good, if you stay in that guild, maybe I can only destroy that guild. It seems that you have finally grown up. Lucy's eyes dimmed when he heard this sentence. He is still the same, nothing has changed. Jude didn't notice Lucy's small movements, and continued talking on his own. It's a lucky thing to have you come back this time. I've helped you settle the marriage with the young master of the Chu Rainier family. Yes, I also guessed that it should be this matter. Lucy responded flatly. She knew about it from a year ago. Jude thought that his daughter understood him. He looked out of the window and kept talking about his grand plans. And you have to have a son so that you can inherit our Heartfilia group. You can go back to your room. Jude directly denied Lucy and considered Heartfilia's heir. Father, don't get me wrong, I'm coming back this time to tell you my determination. When Jude heard the unexpected words, he looked back at Lucy. She was no longer as obedient and weak as she had shown before, and now Lucy's eyes were full of firmness. I admit that I didn't say anything before that it was my fault to run away from home, because it's the same as running away, and it's just this time to show you my determination. Happiness is not determined by others, only what you pursue is called luck. I will go my own way and don't decide on my marriage without authorization. And also, you are not allowed to touch a hair of fairy tale in the future. Lucy's eyes are as sharp as a knife. This is her second home, and it's a much warmer home than the first. Slaw. Lucy tore the gorgeous dress on her body. If you attack fairy tale again, I and the entire guild, they will all regard you as an enemy. Then she turned and left. I don't need lucky. Lucy named Heartfilia. It's a place where you simply identify with someone named Lucy. Although I'm sad to leave this once happy home, but you know what? If my mother was there, she would say, go do what you want to do. At this moment, Jude was speechless, as if he saw the person he loved the most, Layla. Goodbye, Dad. Lucy changed into her own clothes and bid farewell to everyone amidst the sad expressions of everyone in the castle. She wanted to go to see her mother, but a flying blue cat ran into her arms just a few steps away. Woo, Lucy, happy, Lucy. Natsu was also shouting not far away. with Gray, Erza, and Guang beside him. Guang was originally in the pharmacy, but the neighbors were too noisy. He wanted to warn them, but he was arrested and used as a means of transportation. However, looking at the girl who is surrounded by everyone and has found her own luck, it seems good to be a means of transportation once in a while. Photographers, remember to take pictures. Click. Magic Council. Hoo. Makarov was sleeping soundly in the courtroom of the trial, and the counselors next to him looked at him with black lines, but there were also some who were particularly interested, such as Erza and Jellal. After all, Makarov did not escape. Although Guang was responsible for the early wrangling, Makarov, as the president, will be judged in the end. Finally someone couldn't stand it anymore. Ahem, President Makarov, you shouldn't be sleeping. The president's snot bubble burst immediately, and he said hurriedly, of course not, why am I sleeping, ha ha ha. The Ghost Rulers Guild was disbanded, and Jose was deprived of the name of the Holy Cross, but what I didn't expect was that fairy tale was fine, which I didn't expect. The president said to an old man who was around his age and height beside him. Yajima, one of the members of the council, is also Makarov's friend and the teacher of the mixed chef Roosevelt. You should be grateful, Pony, I didn't mean to defend you. Thank you Xiaoya this time, let's play when the guild is established. Then I'll eat fairy ramen and 12 pieces of char siu. Too many. This incident violated. Eat. Makarov got it right, isn't it just char siu? Eat it, I'll eat it to your knees and I'll treat you as char siu. Yajima didn't bother about it, and was silent for a while trying to persuade Makarov. Xiao Ma, don't be brave anymore, we are not young anymore, let's let go. You won't forget about Rob. Rob, me, you, Poliusica, Rob and Ren were all young, messing around but having a good time. Now, some of them can no longer meet each other. Little Ma, if you don't retire, your body won't be able to hold on, and if your body breaks down, you won't be able to do anything. Let it go. Guang, Guildarts, Erza, etc. are all very good mages. Makarov was silent, looking into the distance and thinking, should he really retire? Everyone, you can accept the mission again from today, although it is temporary, everyone must work hard. Mira stood at an open-air bar and announced the good news to everyone. Everyone couldn't wait. Suddenly, everyone was not used to having no tasks for so long. Of course, the main reason was that there was no money. Pipe closing parenthesis. Mira, where is Guang? Lucy didn't join in the fun. Natsu was enough, she came to inquire about Guang, he found the key for her, and she didn't thank him enough. Ah, Guang, it seems that he was used as a means of transportation by the president. Mira pointed her chin with her finger and laughed, thinking about the scene at that time was funny. Guang hugged her leg and said not to separate, but was forcibly taken away by the head of the big devil. By the way, did the celestial spirits blame you? Didn't you just lose the key? The celestial spirits didn't say anything. After hearing this, Lucy fell silent, and Aquarius took the whip and whipped his ass, it hurt so much. She clutched her butt and felt pain even thinking about it. Stop talking, it hurts even thinking about it. Do you need me to ice it for you? The enthusiastic citizen Gray stood up when he heard this. Please don't make serious harassment. Hey, Lucy, let me see your red ass. Don't openly harass me. If only it made her ass a little redder. Natsu fancied, lighting up the flames. What level of ass are you? Boom. A wooden barrel flew over to punish Natsu, the demon's bad idea. Lucy and the others looked in the direction of the barrel. Erza and Laxus were confronting each other. Can you say that again? Erza's face was very ugly, and he yelled at Laxus loudly. Hey, I'll just make it clear, this guild doesn't need weak guys. Laxus looked around, pausing on the wounded men. It's really underestimated by the ghosts. You're too weak, I'm not even interested in knowing your names. And you, the lady who only uses celestial spirit. Laxus pointed the finger at Lucy, it's all because of you. Laxus, the matter has passed. This matter is not due to anyone's relationship. People who have not participated in the battle are not qualified to evaluate. Mira stopped Laxus in time to prevent him from continuing to say some excessive words. Of course, it has nothing to do with me. However, if I were here, I would have won already. After all, you all relied on Guang to win in the end. I am better than him. You heartless fool. Natsu couldn't take it any longer, and rushed towards him with a punch, but he didn't even touch Laxus's clothes. Ha 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 ha, Natsu, you are too weak. After I inherit the guild, I will eradicate all weak ones. After speaking, he didn't see the person he wanted to see, and he didn't have the interest to stay any longer, so he turned into lightning and fled away. What inheritance, thanks to him daring to say such big words. Lucy sat down unconvinced. She was very displeased with Laxus' superior attitude. It can't be said to be a lie. Laxus is the grandson of the president, so it is very likely to inherit. Exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark. Lucy petrified directly, Laxus and the president. These two look different. That's it, but I still can't accept a person who treats his companions like this as the president. So, we have always hoped that Guang could become the president, but he doesn't pay much attention, and feels that he will not be reliable after becoming the president. It is rumored that the chairman has not abdicated for a long time because of this. Lucy thought about it for a while. Indeed, if Guang became the guild leader, the guild would probably be blown up by him, and he was either sleeping or making most of the explosives and a small part of the potion all day. Hee, forget it, let the president continue to be. Lucy, don't think so much, let's go and do the task together. Natsu calls out to Lucy, with Erza, Gray, and Happy next to her. How many of us? Yes, let's form a team. But, let's go. There's always something missing without Lucy. Night. Makarov sat alone on the unrepaired beam, staring at the moon in a daze, taking a sip of wine from time to time. Give way. The new guild is about to be established, and it's time to give way to them. But, Laxus has a serious psychological problem. Mistogen can't communicate normally at all. Guildarts can't find anyone. Next. Well, Guang, in this way, he is indeed the most suitable, and Erza is also good. Hey, President, it's so late to watch the moon. The figure of Guang appeared next to the president. Drink less, President, your body can't drink like this. He snatched the president's wine glass, and just happened to be thirsty, so he drank it directly. Veins popped up on the president's forehead, neither angry nor angry, he was the only candidate. Guang, are you interested? President. Before the president finished speaking, Mira ran over. Erza and the others destroyed more than half of the town during their mission. The council is looking for you. The president immediately petrified, and then remembered his only candidate, Guang. Have you? Stop talking, President, run away, I just experimented with something underground, it's about to explode. Guang was not interested in listening to the president's words, so he ran off with Mira in his arms. This time, the power was a bit stronger. Bang 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 bang. There was an explosion, and not only the unrepaired house collapsed, but the chairman's heart also collapsed at this moment. How can this make me retire? So why do I have to be a vehicle again? I brought Mira on a date. Guang looked at the group of people in front of him and was speechless. Originally, he planned to bring Mira to watch the show alone, but a group of people came to rub the car. These presidents, Yujima and Roosevelt, are fine. Why are there these two people who are fake fire dragons and ghosts? There are still a bunch of people I don't know. Ha ha ha, don't worry about these details, little Guang, we all came to see little Erza perform. Bob waved his chubby hands and smiled. Although they came to see the joke, they couldn't say it. Guang looked at this group of presidents with black lines all over his head. Your thoughts were written all over his face, and so did the president. You want to watch the excitement too. Speaking of which, why did Mira recommend this place? This place is terrible, but a group of demolition teams lived in this place for a week and nothing happened. It's amazing. Mira, I will recommend it next time. Guang just wanted to recommend a better place next time, but he didn't expect to see Mira holding the camera and laughing. The smile was very permeating. Guang turned his head and didn't see it. It turns out that you also have evil intentions. Let's go, let's enter, maybe it's a good surprise. Far away, far away. A story from long ago. The stage play started, and the beautiful singing of Lyra, Lucis' celestial spirit, instantly attracted everyone's attention, and they couldn't help but sit up straight and look forward to it. Prince of the Western Kingdom. I fell in love with the princess of the enemy country. Under the light, Erza appeared on the stage in a gorgeous men's clothing, which attracted the attention of all the ladies present, so handsome. Husband. Of course there are also some upsets. Tisk. Fall, fall, fall. Guang listened to Myra's thoughts and didn't know whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. The good thing is that Mira is getting more and more like before, and the bad thing is that she seems to care more and more about Erza. Look at me, your boyfriend is here. Was it the last time you took a picture that you had any strange attributes turned on? It was me last time too. My first name, F. Freddy. I'm here to save the princess. Although Erza was very handsome on stage, seeing so many people, she got stage fright, her legs were shaking constantly, and she couldn't speak normally. Ha 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 ha. Mira laughed wildly, taking pictures frantically in her hand, but fortunately Guang helped her block it, otherwise her image in front of other people would collapse. 10. My swords. Erza was about to faint, and his eyes had turned into mosquito coil eyes. It's a string of words, this sentence should be at the end. Well, she's so nervous. Lucy, who was waiting by the stage, was worried about Erza. Sudden, the magic circle in Erza's hand holding the sword lit up, and 10 swords stabbed at the audience, but fortunately none of them stabbed anyone. It's dangerous to watch a stage play these days. Backstage. What to do, Erza's brain is about to evaporate. I have no choice but to go up and use all my strength to get there. Lucy found a rope to tie herself, and she was ready to play. The beautiful princess was tied up and appeared in front of the prince. Help me, Prince Frederick, I was caught by that Shayheart. Guang's head is confused. Which heart are you? Is it really okay for you to say that? At this time, Gray appeared in a handsome dress. My name is Julio's. If you want to save the princess, you must defeat me first. The audience is already a little confused about what they are looking at. Beat. Knocked down. Erza had forgotten to breathe because she was so nervous, but luckily at this time Lucy summoned her Big Ben and put her in it. What are you doing, Lucy? Gray is also confused. You don't have it in the script, how do you act? If Frederick is down, it's over. Let him rest first. No, I've recovered, let's continue. The three of them conspired in a whispered voice. It's normal for an emergency to happen in a stage play. Erza jumped out and summoned his 10 swords to make Gray flee. So weak, why are you running away? Is this the end? It's true, it's called running away. The audience is not satisfied. What is it all about? Guang doesn't know which scene to start complaining about. Is the script like this? Princess, will you marry me? We will have 30 children together. He didn't care about the audience. Although Erza was nervous, he was already addicted to it. He knelt down on one knee and begged the princess for a child. Maybe this princess is not a person, 30 children. It's the talent. The time of peace is always very short. Before Lucy could speak, Gray came up again. Dude, you're too short. It's all over here. Come out, my loyal servant Fire Dragon. It's finally my turn. A huge green dragon, several people tall came out, but if it was a dragon, it felt like it would be beaten to death by the dragon clan. Isn't this just a few irregular cylinders with a few tubes inserted? Happy as flying in the sky with this evil dragon, ha ha ha, I am a fire dragon that destroys everything. Guang felt that this unexpected scene was okay, maybe they were too outrageous before. Gray was blown by the flames, looked at the prince next to him and said, since this is the case, we can only join forces. That's a good idea. The two of them didn't know what they were acting anymore, but they were acting forcefully. Why don't you see for yourself what you're doing? Didn't you call the fire dragon? Brother, the princess is still here. The weak princess waved her arms. You two, hide quickly. I'll deal with him. Are you playing magical girls? But those two really ran away. Who the hell came up with this script? But the 5-man team never disappoints. Happy can't hold Natsu, the equipment is too heavy. The dragon fell, and the evil dragon burned the princess's clothes. Gray, on fire, use ice. Lucy didn't care about the stage play anymore, and rushed towards Gray. She didn't have any clothes on. Modeling. Just as Gray wanted to use magic, Erza used it as a pedal. The prince appeared on the stage, and Erza's handsome sword flower directly smashed Lucy's dress into pieces. Oh 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 oh. XN. I love this. More. The audience was boiling. It can only be said that it was all LSP. Guang directly took out his special camera and used teleportation to shoot 360 degrees without dead ends. It's just that she was sanctioned by a pair of fair and beautiful legs in the end. Mira dragging Guang is a set of combo punches. Now I don't avoid my girlfriend when I take pictures and see girls. No no no, my precious camera. Ha, baby camera, I'm the baby. The angry Mira directly smashed the camera. Guang's painstaking efforts for many years were gone, and the group of people next to him stayed away for fear of being accidentally injured. Beautiful princess, are you okay? Erza looked at Lucy affectionately. She was fascinated by herself. Acting is really fun. Hey, I'm a fire dragon. Natsu also reacted from the ignorant state, and breathed fire dutifully, but it was really indiscriminate. Gray wanted to stop it but was turned over by Lucis Torin. Nice body. Nice body. XN. The scene was extremely chaotic. It could already be said to be a chaotic battle. Guang was already prepared for this scene, and he wasn't too surprised. After all, this is Fairy Tail's professional demolition team. It's just that the president has suffered a lot, and I don't remember how many times I have been petrified. Bang bang bang. After all, the theater could not stand the test and collapsed directly, just when Guang thought their acting careers were over. I didn't expect the audience's reaction to be unusually enthusiastic, and I wanted to watch another show. It can only be said that they are all a group of LSPs. Next time, I don't want to bring Mira, but take a baby camera to see it. Spa Town Hosenka. Hey, I said Roosevelt, why don't you stay in Magnolia? And this guy with the weird forehead can't be your friend. Guang couldn't complain anymore. You guys are really more unique than the other. This is a tavern, and Guang is sitting at the bar in a black bathrobe, next to Mirajan in a white bathrobe. I have to say that Mira looks so good in a bathrobe with her hair up. She has a hibiscus face, red cheeks, starry eyes, gentle eyes, and a figure that Erza can't compare to. Guang and Mira are living a two-person world. The hot spring here is the most famous in Magnolia. After the experience, it is really good, but it is a pity that there is no mixed bath. The two came to the well-received Tejiu Tavern to try out some delicious recipes, but they didn't expect to see Roosevelt standing there as well. Facing Guang's question, Roosevelt handed him a note. Lol is on leave. The store has not had much business recently. I'm here to visit a friend. The corners of Guang's eyes twitched. You guys are really friends. As expected, appearance is something that attracts each other. The shop manager with a high forehead saw Guang looking at him, gave Guang a thumbs up, took Roosevelt's paper and prepared to write. Guang hastily stopped him. Good guy, another one who can't speak. Fortunately you look different, otherwise you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Hehehehe, come on, Guang, stop teasing other bosses. The two bosses, just order some special dishes normally. When the two saw Myra's star-like eyes, their hearts melted instantly, and they rushed to the back kitchen with great enthusiasm. It's decided, after they finish their meal, they will beat Guang and win Mira. Guang is not worthy. They were so eager to see that Guang wanted to hang them up and beat them. He, don't make trouble. Squeak. The door of the tavern opened, and Loki and Lucy walked in, surprised to see the two familiar figures at the bar. Mila, Guang. Yo, Lucy, Loki. Guang was also surprised when he saw the combination. Logically speaking, this is the most unlikely combination. Mira was also surprised and asked her own question, are you guys dating? No, it's like this. Loki quickly refuted, telling how they came to this situation. After completing the task, the newly formed Erza team formed a group to soak in the hot spring, and then the three beasts had a pillow fight in the room. Lucy, as a normal person, could not participate and could only go out for a walk. But caught by the rogue wizard, it was Loki who rescued her, and in order to thank him Lucy invited him to dinner. Sure, Lucy, but sit over there, we're dating. Guang clapped his hands to express his understanding after hearing this not-so-bizarre explanation, and signaled them not to disturb his date. Rocky's body was checked by Guang last time, and he got some other medicine. If he doesn't use magic power, he can last for a while. Loki didn't use magic power when he was beating the hooligans just now, so nothing happened, but his complexion was still not good. Really, to make people worry, Guang still kept an eye on Loki's situation secretly. What? I don't want to eat dog food. Humph. Lucy didn't want to stay here either, she just wanted to eat dog food, and chose a corner with Rocky. What's the matter? You seem to be worried about them. After all, they lived together, and Mira could tell that something was wrong with Guang immediately. Guang withdrew his gaze, and shook his head gently at Mira. He promised Loki not to say anything, and there was still time, so he could think of a way. I really forgot the plot, but it should have something to do with Lucy. After all, Rocky followed Lucy. Guang can only recall some big events now, after all, the memory is too long. The tavern became quiet again, and their food was served, too rich. It can be seen that these two people have bad intentions and want to empty their wallets. Snapped. A very crisp applause broke the tranquility. I hate this joke. Happy, Nikora, let's go. Not knowing what happened, Lucy slapped Loki and left with a cat, celestial spirit, but Nikora kept looking at Loki while leaving, with deep reluctance in her eyes. What's going on? Mira didn't understand why the two who were fine just now suddenly quarreled. Did Loki say something too much? Guang looked deeply at Loki. He told Lucy, I don't know, Mira, go to Lucy, I'll ask Loki. Okay, I'll go now. Mira did not hesitate, and quickly followed Lucy. She believed that Guang would handle it well. After Mira left, Guang picked up the glasses that had been knocked off the ground and handed them to Loki. Loki took it, and smiled self-deprecatingly. Guang, I'm really useless, I couldn't hold back. Then don't bear it, trust us. Don't tell them, please, Guang, I beg you, I don't want everyone to know. Then why did you tell Lucy? Loki was stunned. Yes, why? His head was really hot. Maybe she reminds me of Karen, but she is completely different from Karen. I can feel that she really likes Celestial Spirit and regards Celestial Spirit as a companion. I can feel that Nikora is very happy now, and I'm a little envious. Maybe it's for redemption. I just want to say goodbye to Lucy, and this doesn't mean I don't have a Celestial Spirit mage girlfriend. I was teasing a girl just now, ha ha ha. Guang didn't follow along with the smile, and looked at Loki silently. What about the partners, what will they do after you leave? They will also be very worried about you. If you say it, we can think of a solution together. Loki's eyes were gloomy, and he wanted to tell everyone, but if there is no way, there is no way. Guang stopped what he wanted to say. Indeed, if he followed the plot, he knew that Loki could go back, but if there was really no other way, let everyone watch Loki slowly disappear. So, don't tell them. I can last for a while with your medicine. You can study that medicine at ease. Maybe I will be cured by you. I feel much better now. Loki waved his hands very coolly, and comforted Guang in turn. But Guang's words stopped his waving hand. You didn't take your medicine, Loki. Loki lowered his head, covered his eyes with glasses, trembling all over, constantly adjusting his breathing. Hoo. The two were silent for a long time, and Loki finally adjusted his breathing. He raised his head slowly, with a big smile on his face. Hey, Guang, I'm tired, I want to rest. The rest will be left to you. Remember to say goodbye to everyone for me. Night. What are you worried about? Under the light of the starry sky, Mira sat on her knees and stroked Guang's hair on her lap. She just went to comfort Lucy, but Lucy didn't mention what happened just now. She just sent Lucy back, and when she came back, she saw Guang staring at the starry sky in a daze. Well, you can't say it, promise him you can't say it. I'm wondering if it's right for me to do this. What if I bet wrong? Guang reached out to grab the star in the sky. Mira gently touched his head. Her eyes were full of worry and distress. The thing that can make you so sad must be very serious. It has something to do with Loki. Mira guessed that the matter had something to do with Loki. After all, Guang had been abnormal since seeing him. She looked sad and hugged Guang. It's dangerous. Is there anything we can do to help? I hope everyone is well. In fact, everyone is very worried about him. His condition is getting worse and worse, and he looks very weak. Mira doesn't know what Loki's problem is, but if she really needs help, she will help without hesitation, and everyone in the guild will. Guang's eyes were gloomy. That's why Loki didn't dare to tell you guys, and that's why I was persuaded by Loki. He felt distressed when he thought of Loki's last smile. Yes, it seems to have been 3 years, and it's normal to be tired after 3 years of support in the world. He wants to research a medicine that can continue Loki, but because of the different structure, there is no way, and all the books and ancient texts he can find are found by himself. Except for the fusion magic that was rejected by Loki, it can only go through celestial spirit. As for the celestial spirit, Guang has already tried it. He can step in, but he will be repelled by the space within a few seconds. If he stays for a long time, he doesn't know what will happen. Sleep first, Mira, let me think about it. I'll stay with you. Guang looked at the Karen in front of him and didn't refuse, he touched her cheek. Sleepless night. On the second day, the guild. Why did you go there last night, kid, telling you young people to be restrained? The president was swearing at Guang at the bar. The most important thing was that his signature girl was catching up on sleep at home. Guang had a big circle of dark circles under his eyes. Guang ignored the chairman. He really thought about it all night and couldn't figure it out. Really, the ink stain is dead. Guang looked at Lucy next to him in a daze. So let's talk to her directly, at least she is the most likely, she can think of a way. Loki. Where are you, Loki? Come out faster. A large group of girls rushed into the open-air guild. Grandpa. You saw Rocky, and suddenly said you want to break up. What's going on? You found your soulmate. Which little one is it? The president was instantly surrounded. Although he enjoyed it before, it's not a good thing now, he can't breathe. Lucy, help me. The old man asks for help from Lucy next to him, but the girls all think that Lucy is the one. Is that her? It's not bad, and the chest is quite big. Where's Loki? The girls shifted their targets to surround Lucy, and Lucy ran away seeing the situation was wrong. Oh, the young people nowadays really don't respect the old people. So, tell me, what happened to Loki? I want to be honest. Don't use your tricks to lie to me. The president put away his smiling face and looked at Guang seriously. Old man, I really can't hide anything from you. Loki, this is not what I want to say. Guang refused to take it on himself. Really, even if he said goodbye to himself, it doesn't matter if someone else replaces him. President, the thing is. Listening to Guang's narration, the chairman's eyes became bigger and bigger, his hands clenched into fists, and he couldn't calm down. Boom, you didn't say this earlier. The president directly hammered Guang into the ground. Go and find me Loki. ... Loki. Under the night sky, everyone in Fairy Tale is looking for Loki. Guang has been looking for him during the day, but his magic power is too weak, and he has been hiding from him. He has not been found, and he just discovered him. Lucy's house. Guang teleported in directly. Illegal trespass. Okay, stop shouting, let's go and find Loki. Lucy didn't know how to find Loki because she was being chased all the time. You should be the only one who can help him. Lucy was dragged away by Guang before she had time to ask. Outside the city of Magnolia, Cliff Waterfall. Karen, right away, I'll get to you. This is Karen's grave. Guang and Lucy suddenly appeared behind Loki, and Lucy's voice rang in Loki's ears. On the way, Guang had already told Lucy about things, including the fact that Rocky was Celestial Spirit and Karen. Lucy also suddenly understood Loki's series of weird actions. Loki was surprised at first, but when he saw Guang understood something, he smiled. You still said it. I can't help it, even if it's a farewell. I have to say goodbye, and I won't let you disappear, even if I go to the Celestial Spirit world to find the Celestial Spirit King. Lucy, Guang, I have committed a heinous crime. I killed Karen, and Celestial Spirit killed its master. Loki's previous owner was Karen of Blue Pegasus, but she often used Celestial Spirit as a tool, regardless of Celestial Spirit's own feelings. Rocky, Leo, took the initiative to stand up and stay in the world in order to protect Ares who was bullied by Karen. The reason is that Karen's magic power is not enough to summon the second celestial spirit. He stayed in the world for 3 months, hoping that Karen would know his mistake. When he was about to forgive Karen, he was informed by Bob that Karen had died. Leo Ren, banned from re-entering the celestial spirit world. To atone for this sin, only I disappear. Boom. As soon as Loki finished speaking, his limbs fell down. Lucy and Guang hurried over to support him. His whole body was illusory. It seems that the time has come. What are you talking about? Guang roared angrily, took out the potion he had just adjusted and started pouring it, and at the same time the magic circle in his hand lit up to heal Loki continuously, but it was of no use. This is the law of the celestial spirit world, so don't waste your efforts. I live for this moment, disappearing over Karen's grave, and I'm really excited to get to know everyone at Fairy Tale. Don't say it, you say this to everyone yourself. Don't want me to let Loki leave, it's not your fault. It was just an accident, and it would be too much to punish you for this. Lucy hugged Loki. Although she joined for a short time, she truly regarded the guild as her family, and she didn't want any of her partners to leave. As long as you go back, it won't dissipate again. Open, Leo Gate. Lucy hugged Loki and kept crying, let Loki go back to the celestial spirit world. Please. Lucy used all the magic power on his body to open the door, and Guang also turned into a kaleidoscope. Whenever there was a fluctuation in space, he would open it forcibly. Let go, Lucy. You have been assimilated by the celestial spirit, and if you continue like this, you will disappear. No, what bullshit rules? If this is a rule, I will change it. This is it. Guang found it, and he wanted to force his way in, but a starlight stopped him, making him miss the opportunity. Lucy and Loki are separated, and a huge figure emerges from the water below the cliff. Why did you appear here, Celestial Spirit King? Is he the greatest celestial spirit? Celestial Spirit King. Guang stared at the Celestial Spirit King. He seemed to know how Loki got back. My old friend, according to the agreement with human beings, the person who holds the key cannot be killed. Although you didn't do it directly, you did it indirectly, Leo. You have been banned from returning to the celestial spirit world. Are you kidding? It's totally unfair. Lucy couldn't bear it. She stood up to protect her companion. Little human girl, this is the only thing that cannot be changed. I also feel sorry for the wishes of my old friend. What are you talking about? It's not about old friends, it's about your partner. You listened carefully to the bearded father. Beard. Celestial Spirit King had a big mood swing for the first time, probably because no one called the thing coming out of his nose a beard before. This is simply an unfortunate accident. What crime do you think Loki is guilty of? I don't accept a verdict other than not guilty. This is not a crime at all. How can it be a crime to want to protect your companions? How can this kind of behavior be called atonement? Lucy's magic power pervaded her again, and all the celestial spirits that signed a contract with her emerged. Guang also laughed when he saw this scene. He found it again, with blood and tears in his eyes, and a golden door opened beside him. He pulled Loki over. Celestial Spirit King, if you don't agree, I'll throw him in. If you throw it out, I'll throw him in again. Anyway, Loki won't disappear. A few people were deceived by Guang's sloppy tactics, but I have to say that it is indeed a way, but it is a bit costly. Boom, Lucy fell, and the celestial spirits who had just appeared left, leaving only the golden door open. Guang accomplished an almost impossible thing. He opened the gate of the celestial spirit realm without using a key. The loss of magic power had reached an exaggerated level, and his forehead was already sweating. All my friends who just showed up thought the same thing as me. If you're a celestial spirit too, you should also understand how Loki and Ares feel. Why do you have to embarrass your partner? Laws are so important. The door of Guang has become Lucy's firm backing, and she can say what she wants without any scruple. The Celestial Spirit King is silent. He is also a celestial spirit, and he is also very angry about some celestial spirits' encounters, and the celestial spirit world can only be stable and continue because of the law. Little friend, close the door. The Celestial Spirit King saw Guang's difficulties. Perhaps the rules are really wrong. Leo, who was punished for saving Ares, the two who worked so hard to save Leo. Just because you have such a firm friendship, let's deal with this matter specially. Leo, I give you special permission to return to the celestial spirit world. Hearing this, Chiang Guang finally dispersed the door leading to the celestial spirit realm, and collapsed directly on the ground. As expected, it was tiring to open a door that everyone could pass through, but it was worth it. It seems that you are also quite kind, bearded father. Lucy was also quite tired, but she still gave the bearded father a big thumbs up. I will forgive your sin, thank the stars for their guidance. Wait a minute, I just wanted to. Loki felt unreal, and still felt guilty. If you really want to redeem your sins, then I order you to be the help of your friend and live well. By the way, your guild is great. Loki stared blankly at the place where the Celestial Spirit King disappeared, with tears in his eyes. After hearing Celestial Spirit King's last sentence, he turned his head and saw the smiling faces of everyone in the guild. Yo, Loki, welcome back. Chiang Guang had already been helped up by Mira, and greeted Loki with a smile. Lucy helped Loki up, and Loki turned into a little bit of starlight, and greeted everyone with a smile, I'm back. A new day. Hey, Rocky, what kind of constellation are you? It's not like the cows, crabs, and fishes before. The guild has not been built yet. After all, it takes a long time to expect a group of demolition teams to build a house, especially the ace team of the demolition team is still there. Natsu was circling Loki looking for him as a symbol of the celestial spirit. Natsu also knows Virgo, she is also a celestial spirit in human form. No, she can turn into a gorilla. Loki touched his head in embarrassment, because there was really no way to refute this. Loki is the celestial spirit of Leo. Lucy helped Natsu answer questions, they came too late last night, so they didn't hear what Loki was celestial spirit. And it should be called Leo now. Loki is better. Are you feeling better? Avertisement. Not yet, but it's recovering and I want to see everyone soon, especially Lucy. Lucy blushed immediately when she heard this. This scumbag still hasn't changed. I suspect that this is his nature. It really is a cat, and the older one is still a cat, flirting everywhere. Scare, what about me? Chiang Guang appeared suddenly, his face almost stuck to Loki's no, backquote. Rocky was startled, and hurriedly distanced himself, he was straight. I've been scolded by the president since the morning for you, but you only have Lucy in your heart. I'm tired, break up, Rocky. Who wants to break up with you? No, who is having an affair with you? Originally, Loki wanted to stay a little longer, but met Chiang Guang who was very angry and had to withdraw first, but. This is for you, Loki took out 4 tickets. This is an accommodation voucher for a resort hotel. I originally wanted to go with my girlfriend, but now I have no choice. Brothers, Chiang Guang was very satisfied with this gift, and rushed over to grab 2 of them, but he didn't. He only got 1 from Happy. After all, cats don't need tickets. Ignoring Happy's tears, Chiang Guang turned his head and glared at Loki, quick. There's only 1 left. No, I've already given Erza the ticket. Who cares about Erza? I want Mira. Mira. No more, sorry, I'm leaving. Ignoring Chiang Guang's astonished expression, Loki disappeared directly, and Chiang Guang was so angry that he wanted to open the door to beat him. It's okay, it's just that I can take a good rest. It's because of you and me that I haven't had a good rest these days. Mira comforted Chiang Guang indifferently, but of course she did not have a good rest. In an instant, everyone in the guild stopped what they were doing and looked at Chiang Guang and Mira very neatly, their eyes full of desire to gossip. Say it, we want to hear the details. Arcane Holiday Paradise. The most popular seaside resort in the kingdom, this is where Loki gave the 5 of them the tickets. Dog thief. Gulu, can't swim. Chiang Guang didn't go surfing with Erza and the others, but had a more important mission. He was teaching Ben to swim, and Lucy was shivering while holding her Nikora. She originally wanted to take Nikora to study, but she didn't expect to throw Nikora directly into the sea. It was too cruel, poor and stupid. As a tortoise, he fell into a master who regarded him as a sea turtle. Come on, don't give up, this is how men learn to swim. By the way, Lucy, who do you want me to teach? Chiang Guang lay on the beach admiring the beauties, took a sip of juice from time to time. He looked at Lucy. He felt that he was successful, otherwise Lucy would not have come to him. Lucy saw Chiang Guang's eager eyes, and hurriedly hid Nikora behind her. No, I said before that I came to see and learn how to teach others, right? Who else have you taught before? Alfman. He was submerged underwater for 20 minutes, and when he was pulled up, he passed out happily. Lucy directly closed Nikora's door. It's too bad. Alfman must have passed out. I said why he was afraid of the water in the forest before. It turned out to be like this. Then did he finally learn it? Of course, I'm the ace coach. He finally accepted a fool, and he swam really fast. Hee, you are really a gold medal coach, poor stupid. Ah, thanks Happy, I will eat less of your fish next time. Happy. Ben hasn't learned how to swim yet. When Chiang Guang was chatting with Lucy, Happy directly stole the house and rescued Ben. Ha ha ha, dog thief, wait for your turtle master to come back. Gulu gulu gulu. Before finishing talking, Ben fell into the water again, and this time it was in the deep water area. What Ben saw at the last moment of falling was a cat face full of smirks. Oh, don't listen to advice, just stay in the water. Chiang Guang returned to his seat, took another sip of juice, and started chatting with his younger sister who was approaching him next to him. Lucy witnessed the whole process of the whole tragedy. Punishment, too much punishment. Night. The lobby of the luxury hotel is full of games and gambling, but Chiang Guang didn't participate in it. An unexpected guest came to his room. Chiang Guang crossed his legs and looked at the figure in front of him with a smile, which was Jellal, one of the Holy 10. Jellal, long time no see, but why is it still a missing body this time? Hee, if there are no accidents, we should be able to meet soon. How about it, do you like my gift? Jellal looked around Chiang Guang's room and asked. The room was covered with magic crystals, and an enchantment enveloped the entire room. However, some magic crystals have been broken, and only the remaining half are still struggling. There are so many magic crystals. Jellal, you are rich, it would be nice to have this stuff and give it to me directly, it's a waste. Click. Just as Chiang Guang was speaking, another magic crystal shattered, and he was able to use his magic power a little bit. The enchantment can restrain the magic power of the people in it, and can also block the space. The enchantment that was originally enough to restrict the Zirf demon is now on the verge of breaking. Hee, as long as you like it, I will give you more next time. So what are you trying to trap me for, Erza? Chiang Guang sat upright, looking at Jellal with sharp eyes. You seem to have nothing to worry about, don't you care about your status as the Holy Cross and the Counselor? Let me guess, the paradise is finished, so you're starting to get anxious. Jellal didn't smile either, and the two just looked at each other quietly. The only sound in the room was the continuous cracking of the magic crystal. Chiang Guang's magic power is constantly increasing. Boom, the downstairs was blasted, and the huge roar made Chiang Guang's room shake. Hee, it looks like they succeeded. Snapped. You wanna die. Chiang Guang stood up. The chair under him had already been smashed to pieces by him. It's really dangerous. The magic power has disappeared so much and there is still such a powerful force. That chair is quite strong. Jellal looked at the black magic power spreading around Chiang Guang and laughed, as long as he could hold him for a while longer. Jellal, you managed to piss me off. Don't be so angry, it's just a small joke, and of course there are gifts. Jellal threw the package in his hand to Chiang Guang, several very unstable magic crystals. Have fun. After leaving these words, Jellal slowly disappeared. Boom, the flames engulfed Chiang Guang in an instant. I will definitely untie this thing. Lucy was tied up with a magic rope and writhed in the empty hall. A figure was slowly approaching her, and lifted her up directly with a rope. You are playing very uniquely. Chiang Guang looked at Lucy who was lifted by him and suddenly felt a little guilty. Chiang Guang, where did you go just now? Help me untie it. Lucy noticed that Chiang Guang's clothes were also in tatters, apparently he had been attacked too. Chiang Guang snapped his fingers and the rope broke automatically, with a cold look in his eyes. I was bombarded with enthusiastic gifts. Lucy looked at the angry Chiang Guang and shrank her neck. That's right. Where are Natsu and Gray? She remembered that the square-faced person said it was resolved. Natsu and Gray were worried. Gray. She found Gray on the ruins of a chess table, but as soon as he touched Gray, it turned into ice and shattered. Hey, I'll help you put it together. Lucy thought it was her who broke Gray, and foolishly prepared to put it back together. You don't have to worry, Lord Gray is in Juvia's body. A mass of water next to the broken ice formed a human shape, and Juvia emerged. She followed Gray and protected her when Gray was in danger. You are the four elements. When Lucy saw Juvia, she remembered the past, and wanted to get the key but was stopped by Gray under Juvia. Wait a minute, Lucy, she's not the enemy anymore. Master Gray has been staying in Juvia's body just now, it's not you but Juvia. Lucy shrank her head, it was so scary, she quickly nodded in understanding. Because it suddenly became dark, I made a clone. What about Natsu and the others? Gray asked the others while undressing, the attack was too sudden. Ah, square-faced. Chiang Guang found Natsu in another ruin, but this guy has a bad habit of spitting fire when he wakes up, and he almost punched him reflexively. What's wrong, Natsu? Ah, normal people shoot bullets in other people's mouths. It hurts. The three of Lucy who rushed over had black lines on their faces, normal people would be finished right away. Okay, stop arguing, we are ready to fight, this time we can destroy as much as we want, let's save Erza. Chiang Guang stopped them, there is no time to waste anymore, really, Jellal, I will definitely send you a bigger firework, the material is how about the paradise. On the sea, a ship with a rather peculiar shape is heading towards the Tower of Heaven. Inside the cabin, Erza in full dress is tied to the pole. Where is this place? Erza slowly opened her eyes, she fainted before and didn't know the current situation. We're in the boat, sister. Erza's former partner, Hugh, helped her answer this question. Boat, yes, on the ship to the Tower of Heaven. That's right, it's true. Erza guessed, that man really. Can you untie it for me? I won't resist. How can this be done? After all, my sister is a traitor. Zio rejected Erza's proposal, and saw that she was still determined to struggle and reminded, useless sister, Miliana's rope has the power to seal magic power, and even my sister can't untie it with the body alone. Erza looked sad, then at least let me change into armor, I'm afraid to go back to that tower, if there is no armor. Erza trembled all over. At this moment, she was no longer the heroic fairy queen, but a little girl who was about to return to the nightmare. Zio seemed to see Erza from before, and his eyes softened, this suit is also very suitable for you, sister. After saying this, he was silent for a while, although he could no longer control his emotions, he hugged Erza and shed tears. Actually, I don't want to do that either. I've always missed you very much, very much. Stop. So why did you betray us, betray Jellal? Zio suddenly lost control of his emotions and yelled at Erza, if we don't betray, we will definitely be together forever. ... Early morning. Natsu, can your nose work? Everyone on a luxurious magic ship is shaking the pig nose of Natsu constantly. They really stopped cooking as soon as they boarded the boat, and this was still the case with Chiang Guang, otherwise Lucy and the others doubted whether they would be able to catch up with them smoothly. This is a shock-absorbing magic ship specially designed by Chiang Guang. I didn't expect to be so dizzy, but it's so convenient to have a four-dimensional space. The boat can be loaded, and there won't be a house inside. But Ms. Erza is so strong that she will be defeated. Juvia didn't know that Erza only knew that she was very strong, but she didn't expect to be kidnapped by the enemy this time. Huh, who said Erza was knocked down? Shut up if you don't understand Erza. Even though Gray is like this, he still respects Erza very much in his heart, even if others say she has lost. Okay, Gray, stop talking. By the way, those people claim to be Erza's former partners. We really don't know anything about Erza. Tower of Heaven, R system, Erza and the others were once captured to complete the R system, they should be Erza's companions at that time. Chiang Guang explained for them, he knew Erza's past, he even knew Jellal's plan. R system, a magic that uses a large number of sacrifices to revive the dead. 7 of them were eradicated by the Magic Council earlier. This should be the 8th. Erza should be a sacrifice. Chiang Guang took a sip of the juice he just took out, and by the way summoned Benben who didn't know where he had drifted away before, and he was sleeping in the shrinking shell. The reason why Guang is not afraid of him drowning is that the fool can withstand all injuries in the shell, and the water can't get in. Sacrifice. Then hurry up, or Erza will be in danger. Lucy snatched Guang's juice when she heard this word. Why is she so calm after all this? Guang gave her a blank look, and took out a bottle again. You really think Erza is made of mud? Maybe they all escaped to make trouble in the Tower of Heaven now, and young people don't be impetuous. Look, isn't this just arrived? Lucy and the others followed the direction of Guang's finger, and this towering building appeared in front of everyone's eyes. Guang calculated the distance, and the magic circle under his feet lit up. Hold on, don't throw up later. Before Lucy and Juvia understood what was going on, they suddenly appeared on the island in the next moment, followed by a strong sense of vomiting. Sigma_close corner bracket. Angle, vomit. The four of them couldn't help but spit it out. Only Guang and Ben were normal. Next time, I hope we go by boat, and suddenly I don't feel in a hurry. Gray weakly supported the stone next to him. He just wanted to stop it, but was too slow. Long-distance space jumps will cause great discomfort, and people who are not familiar with this feeling will spit it out directly. After Gray tried it once before, he didn't want to try it again. Unexpectedly, he still didn't escape this time. Sigma_close corner bracket. Angle, vomit. Say it sooner, vomit. Lucy and Juvia crazily exported to the sea, and those who experienced it for the first time were even more uncomfortable. The only one that was better was Natsu, but he was completely out of things to throw up. He raised his hand tremblingly. Take a rest, let's go, we believe. Vomit. Guang was speechless. You guys are real food. You used magic to sense the surrounding environment. After ensuring safety, you left a few bottles of medicine for morning sickness. Natsu finished the dizzy medicine just now. You guys use this, it's almost the same. I'll take revenge first, come on. Guang didn't want to use healing magic to heal them, so he chose to run away. Jellal, you are finished. I brought the demolition team to your house. Magic Council. Everyone in the council has discovered the only remaining R system, and they are now discussing how to get rid of it. Most of them are in favor of sending out the army to suppress it immediately, but there are also different voices. A flock of pigeons. Zykarine, who looked exactly like Jellal, yelled at them. What did you say? Zek, you idiot. The other judges glared at him when they heard this. Sending troops is an act of dovishness. It's very dangerous, too dangerous. What do you want to say in the end? The white-bearded old-haired man who had been fighting against Guang before spoke, and he looked at Chiang a little bit unkindly. You don't know anything at all. If you want to destroy Tower of Heaven immediately, there is only one way. Executed through satellite magic, magic wizard power. The other reviewers were shocked when they heard Zikalane's words. They didn't expect him to play so big. You know what you're talking about. That's a more dangerous magic than the R system. One carelessness can destroy a country. Elf magic is our last weapon. Facing everyone's astonishment and reproach, Zekalane looked serious, but the only way to destroy such a huge building is to use the power of magic elves. Personally, I'm in favor of it. Urtia started voting directly, and she and Chiang were on the same rope. As long as there are 3 more people, we can activate the magical spirit power. If we don't hurry up, it will be too late. No matter what, we can't let them activate the R system. Even if your brother Jellal will die because of it, why don't you carry it out? Chiang looked pained. Of course, that is a super dangerous system. The other reviewers were all moved, and a few of them were almost convinced by him. If Guang is here, he must be awarded a statuette. It's a pity that Jellal doesn't go to the showbiz. The atmosphere is quiet, everyone is thinking quietly. A counselor in a cloak and sunglasses raised his hand tremblingly. I agree too. Tower of Heaven. A figure is sitting on his stone seat and looking at Natsu and his party with a crystal ball. They have been spotted since they first landed on the island. Jellal looked at Guang who was approaching him in the magic ball, and stood up with a smile. This time, he didn't have to worry about anything, and he could have a good time. Things are getting interesting, so let me see how strong you are, Guang Meredith. Restaurant in Tower of Heaven. Natsu and his group were frantically stuffing food. This is simply a provocation. made a fuss underground, so fierce, we must be, discovered. Natsu, don't talk when you eat, and can you chew it? Lucy was really afraid that Natsu would choke to death, so she just stuffed it into her mouth. By the way, my lord princess, it's indecent for you to wear this dress here, let me change it for you. Virgo looked at Lucy's bikini, eyes glowing and her evil little hand outstretched. Indecent. Lucy crossed her arms in fear, but Virgo couldn't stop it. Gray's hands stopped eating, and when he turned his head to look over, his eyes became bright. Master Gray can't watch it. Its big things know how to seduce Lord Gray. Dang dang dang. How about it? Lucy walked around in the new clothes. She was quite resistant just now, it smells so good after wearing them. This is the dress of the celestial spirit world. It's pretty cute. HMPH, I knew it was right for me. Lucy's clothes got spat all over her clothes when she threw up, so she had to put on a bikini. Found it. It's an intruder. Without giving them time to continue chatting, the guards of the paradise found them. Just when Jubia was about to make a move, a burst of sword light flashed, and all the guards fell down. Erza, so you're fine. Natsu and the others were very happy to see that Erza was fine, and they were really guessed by Chiang Guang. But Erza didn't expect that. She looked at them with wide eyes in horror, and there was a trace of fear in her voice. Why are you here? Juvia, go back to me. This is not the place for you to come. Erza interrupted what they were about to say. Natsu burst into flames when he heard this. Don't preach to Erza here, it's not fairy tale style to be looked down upon and shrink your head. I must make that square face look good. I tell you to go back. Erza's tone was serious, it was dangerous here, and she didn't want them to be hurt because of her own reasons. Happy was also taken away. How could I go back obediently? Happy, could it be Miliana? When Erza heard that Happy was taken away, she thought of Miliana. As a former companion, she certainly knew how much Miliana liked cats. If it's because of her, it's not surprising that Happy was taken away. Okay, I see. Natsu didn't hear what Erza said at all, and ran out directly. Happy is waiting for me. What a fool. Mr. Natsu. Okay, let's go together. Lucy was rarely so energetic, but the three of them were blocked by Erza's sword. Miliana is a very cat lover. She will not hurt Happy. I will be responsible for bringing them back. You guys go back quickly. This is my personal problem. I don't want to implicate you. Miss Erza, what are you talking about? You just need to order us to follow you obediently as usual. We are your current partners. Erza trembled all over, turned around and looked at them with tears in his eyes. After this incident is over, no matter whether I win or lose, I may not be here. Let me tell you now. This tower, Chiang Guang blasted straight all the way to the position where Jellal was. Looking at the figure on the seat, the 3-gauge jade appeared involuntarily in his eyes, and a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. It's been famous for a long time, Jellal, this time it's the real Jellal. I've been waiting for you for a long time too, Chiang Guang Meredith, this time we can settle it. Why, aren't you afraid that I will reveal your plan? Hey, although I don't know where you heard about Tower of Heaven, how did you know that I belong to Zekalane? But it doesn't matter now, the paradise has been successful, and there is only the last step left. Since you're here, consider it a sacrifice. The dark magic circle in Jellal's hand lit up, and a black magic circle appeared under Chiang Guang's feet in an instant. The powerful magic power wanted to squeeze Chiang Guang from the inside out. Chiang Guang didn't care, and walked out slowly. I'm a little curious, as you who were kidnapped like Erza, why would you want to help them build this tower? Chiang Guang still remembered Jellal's plan and the power of the magic wizard, but he could not remember their memories for a long time. Help them build it. It's just a bunch of scumbags who haven't even seen the Shendu they believe in. It's all false freedom, the real freedom is the world where Zirf exists. Chiang Guang looked at the fanatical Jellal in front of him with regret and anger in his eyes. Those mice in the dark are always like this. They never know the respect for life. He has seen too many misfortunes, and he has also seen those who fell into darkness because of hatred. Is there a possibility that what you see is also false? Jellal narrowed his eyes, put away his frantic look just now, and sat down slowly. A little excited. False. It will take a while, so please listen to this false story. At the same time, Erza is also telling Lucy about the past. Erza was imprisoned by the manager in a special torture place for helping Shu. After that, Jellal knocked down the guards and rescued Erza, but when he was discovered, the manager was very angry and sent Erza back, letting Jellal continue to replace her. Erza, who was escorted back, remembered what Jellal said to himself, and could no longer suppress the anger in his heart, and began to organize everyone to resist and rescue Jellal. On the way of resistance, Grandpa Rob exhausted his last magic power to save Erza and left. However, Erza also awakened the magic because of this, and successfully won the victory by using magic. But Jellal stood up, took off the cloak he had been wearing, and straightened his clothes. However, I finally saw him when I was locked up, that godlike existence, he will help me realize my wish. At that time, I understood that true freedom is here. As long as I get through Zirf, there will be nothing that can restrain me. However, Erza betrayed me. She didn't agree, she wanted to chase that false freedom. Originally I planned to deal with her, but for the sake of her helping me clear the obstacles, I decided to let her go and let her enjoy her so-called freedom, but with her companions behind her back. Just right, so I have enough reasons to keep them here, and Erza is happily enjoying her life as a fairy queen, but she will never escape. Jellal's eyes widened, and a golden light shone from his body, striking Chiang like a meteor. Boom! The two fists collided, and a huge cloud of dust was instantly raised. Jellal smiled. So what is false, is what I saw false, or this power is false. He let me go, but threatened me with the lives of all the people on the island, not allowing me to get closer to the island. Erza looked sad, and continued to talk. I had nowhere to go, and finally chose to go to Grandpa Rob's guild, which is Fairy Tale. Lucy and the others were also silent after hearing what happened to Erza. They didn't expect Erza, who has always been optimistic and fearless, to have such a past. But, regarding your former partners, why did they treat you like that? The betrayer is also Jellal, not Erza. Maybe it was something he said later, but I abandoned them for 8 years, and in the end, I was also a betrayer. No, you did this for them too. And they. Lucy wanted to refute, but was stopped by Erza. Stop talking, Lucy. As soon as Jellal is defeated, it's over. Hearing this sentence, Lucy didn't say anything, only the careful gray frowned. What do you mean by what you just said, sister? A black-skinned and blonde-haired figure walked towards Erza tremblingly. It's full of lies, it's obviously not like this. He wanted to firmly deny it, but his whole body trembled. If it was true, then what did he do before? Stop, it's obviously my sister. It was my sister who blew up our boat and escaped by herself. He yelled loudly, as if the louder he was, the more he said was correct, but he couldn't believe it when he saw Erza's calm face. Could it be that Jellal is the one who lied? Hugh is devastated and spent 8 years building the tower himself, only to be told it was a hoax. Yes, a figure suddenly appeared behind the crowd. Simon's voice startled Hugh. Gray wanted to go up to trouble Simon, but was stopped by Juvia. Hugh, the reason why I kept it from you is to bring them to this tower. What exactly is going on? Hugh, Jellal lied to us. I've been pretending to be cheated. This is the time. Simon patted Hugh on the shoulder, turned his head and looked at Erza again. I have always believed in Erza, and it has been the same for the past 8 years. Erza looked at Simon smiling with tears in his eyes, not expecting that he still believed in himself. Nice to meet you, Erza, I mean it. Why can you trust my sister so much? Which side should I believe? Zio knelt on the ground and cried loudly. He felt that his faith had collapsed. He used to let his sister suffer for him because of fear, and now he was deceived because he didn't believe in his sister enough. Erza leaned over and hugged Zio. Perhaps it may not be possible for you to accept it all at once, but you must believe me in one thing, I have never forgotten you in the past 8 years. Hugh burst into tears in Erza's arms. I've been waiting for this moment, when powerful mages gather to fight. Before Simon finished speaking, the ground began to shake. What happened? The ground is shaking. Lucy and Gray looked at each other and thought of something instantly. Chiang Guang. ... Boom. The powerful magic force cracked the walls all around, and huge trees filled the room. Jellal is now lying in a ruin. Ahem, it's really powerful, it seems that it really can't be beaten like this. Jellal scrambled up from the rubble, having just been whipped out by a giant branch. Is this all you have? Jellal, I will be very disappointed. Guang is now staring at Jellal not far away. The Sengo jade is glowing with a bloodthirsty light. Behind him is a huge and hideous tree branch. Do you want to ask your 3 children to come and play together? He has been feeling the breath of other people since he arrived here, but he didn't do anything after waiting for so long, but the breath just now is getting farther and farther away. Hehehehe, no need, they are going to participate in the paradise game. Really, if it weren't for you, I should announce the start of the game handsomely. That's really sorry, so you think those 3 wretches can beat Erza and the others? Hey, keep your voice down, I paid the price. Jellal took off his tattered coat, revealing the vest underneath, and he wasn't anything of an exhibitionist. Speaking of which, since you know my other identity, then you are not curious about my purpose. The council also discovered the Tower of Heaven. So you mean magic spirit power? Jellal laughed out loud when he heard this. Ha 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 ha, you really know, Guang. Sometimes I wonder if you have some prophecy or something. My plan should not have been leaked. Besides, you are very confident. I was thinking about what to do if you leaked my plan. I didn't expect you to be so confident. However, what responded to Jellal was a huge branch. The magic circle under Guang's feet lit up, and a huge wooden titan appeared. Confidence is based on strength, as long as you are strong enough. Besides, I said I would give you a big gift. Destroy it. The wooden titan crazily attacked the surrounding buildings and the pillars in the middle. Jellal's eyes froze. He didn't know whether Guang was deluded or knew that the location of the attack was exactly the location of the magic crystal. He didn't care about other things either. The dark magic in his hand crazily bombed the wooden titan, but they were all transferred by Guang. Don't worry Jellal, this is a big project. Meteor. Jellal rushed over directly, and the magic power popped out instantly, breaking one of the wooden titan's legs. But he was kicked out again. Guang teleported to his side and kicked him out. Destroy. The black magic circle in Jellal's hand appeared, and everything it touched was shattered. When he was about to meet Guang, he passed through his body, and what greeted him was a blue skeleton arm. Boom. Cough cough. Why don't you call Kelane back? I'm afraid I'll kill you by mistake. Celestial magic, 7-star sword. 7 beams of magical light blasted towards Guang. Legend has it that it can be compared to the impact of a meteorite, but this one is a little too weak. The beam of light passed directly through Guang's body, teleported to appear in front of Jellal, and punched Jellal in the abdomen with all his strength. He was sent flying directly to the top of the tower. It's too low here, let's go up and talk. Just right, I also want to see the power of the magic wizard. Guang's intuition told him that a very terrifying magic power was coming. Chapter 91. Monster. That guy is definitely a monster, and he can feel the terrifying magic power from such a distance. A pale death rock-style man looked in the previous direction in horror. Indeed, what a strong man. The pink-haired girl licked her lips, wanting to taste it. Goo. Finally, there is a strong man with an owl head and 2 huge rocket launchers on his back. They were the 3 people Guang perceived before. They wanted to help, but that person was too strong, and those eyes were scary. As a special guerrilla force, the 3 feathered crows felt fear for the first time, and the powerful aura suppressed them like monsters. Let's go Eagle, Owl, he'll be dealt with by Jellal. Our enemies are still down below, let's start the game. The pink-haired one was their captain, Turtledove. After taking a look at the 2 of them, he directly chose a direction to act. Let's have a death party. The rock man Eagle strums his guitar and chooses a location that works for him. In the end, only Gu was left waiting to die in the air. Natsu. Mr. Natsu. Lucy and Juvia are looking for Natsu who ran to save Happy before. Really, why am I looking for Mr. Natsu with Ms. Lucy? What kind of tragedy does Master Gray want us to have? Juvia has regarded Lucy as a love rival since the last time Gray said that he would protect Lucy with his life. Lucy is full of black lines. Does she have too many gossip boyfriends? Well, I don't have any relationship with you, we just get along in harmony. Please, how can normal people like perverts? What? Juvia likes it, that's okay, Juvia is not a normal person. Thump. A very loud voice interrupted their conversation. What noise? A guitar. Juvia thinks it sounds pretty good. What's your taste? Vitaluta's eagle played his electric guitar and appeared in front of the two with a strange cry. This is death rock. Lucy shrank back. This man has a long tongue, but Juvia was very calm. It seems that you are the enemy, Mr. Jellal and Chiang Guang. Huh, those two people may be exchanging their illnesses. Okay baby, let's have a carnival. Water constraint. Juvia didn't want to listen to him continue talking, and directly trapped him with magic, which went smoothly, but only temporarily, as the water flow was absorbed by his hair. It's really good, it helped me wash my hair, but it's not good to wash my hair in the morning, it will damage the hair quality. Okay, the chat is over, let me see who to choose. Eagle began to choose the two by singing, and finally chose Juvia. Rock Sandman, what is this? The sharp and piercing voice filled Juvia, and she felt that her brain was fainting and she couldn't control herself. White smoke caused by magic enveloped the room. The eagle grinned and stretched out its long tongue. Be my prisoner. A brand new Juvia appeared in front of Lucy, with pale skin, rock clothes, and big wavy hair. Hell. Let you see the best hell. What the hell is going on? ... Spin the world. Ah, Natsu was caught by the bazooka and frantically circling in the sky, and his sickness of the vehicle happened again. I know where your weakness is, Fire Dragon. Now, catch. The bazooka's mechanical arm released Natsu, and the owl swallowed Natsu with his mouth wide open. Tun. Owl swallowed Natsu straight away. Give Natsu back. Happy couldn't sit still anymore, and flew over to snatch Natsu back, but what greeted him was a pillar of fire. Fire. Ooh, Owl's fists were on fire, just like Natsu. Not only did I digest the fire dragon's magic, I absorbed him. Happy. At this time, Gray, who was chasing them, arrived, and seeing Xiao wanting to continue attacking Happy, he used his body to protect Happy. Gray, Natsu you save him. Happy found the backbone at once, and burrowed into Gray's arms. Veins popped up on Gray's head. You guys are really troublesome, useless at all, stinky flame. Natsu's cherry blossom-colored hair grew on Owl's head. It has already begun to digest, and in 10 minutes, Fire Dragon's magic power will be completely mine. Let me deal with you guy. Ice shape, assault gun. Fire Dragon's roar. Owl not only devoured Natsu's magic power, but also could use its magic. The high-temperature flame instantly melted Gray's assault gun, and Gray was in the flames. Ah. ... How dare you lie to us? And hurt my sister. Knowing the truth, Zio put Erza into his card with magic. As a person who was bewitched before, he certainly knew why Jellal wanted his sister. Want him as a sacrifice for the Tower of Heaven. He didn't want to hurt his sister anymore, so he attacked Erza while on the way and decided to go to Jellal alone to settle the score. Hugh, calm down. Erza, who turned into a card, struggled crazily. She wanted to stop Hugh, so she couldn't beat Jellal at all. Don't worry, I will definitely protect my sister. Hugh runs across a bridge surrounded by cherry blossoms and decorated with giant torii gates. A pink-haired woman dressed like a Japanese Oran blocked Zio's path with a long sword. Hi, my name is Turtle Dove, please give me your advice. The moment Zio saw this woman, he took out his playing cards. Who are you? Get out of the way. I have no time to lose. After speaking, he threw out the poker cards in his hand, and the magic circle lit up in the air, and a poker card turned into several sharp knives and attacked the turtle dove. Brush. A flash of sword light flashed, but before Zio could see clearly, his poker cards were split vertically in two from the middle. There is nothing in the world that I can't stop. You are a street performer, stinky woman. Zio's words seemed to anger Turtledove. She swung her knife and slashed at Zio. She didn't cut off Zio's clothes or body, but just cut off his nerves. Stop. Erza tapped the cards. So you're inside, Miss Erza. The corners of the turtledove's mouth curled up. She successfully found the prey. Don't worry, sister, your card has a protection mechanism, and no one can hurt you from the outside. These words successfully aroused Turtledove's competitive spirit. She leaned down and held the hilt of the sword with one hand. She drew the sword in a standard way, and the sword light, which was almost invisible to the naked eye, flashed at the card. The card was not damaged at all, Zio looked at it proudly. Look, it's not broken. Suddenly his eyes narrowed, and he saw his sister blocking the light of the sword with a sword in the card. Cold sweat broke out. Why? The slash passed through the space. Zio's card magic can be said to be a branch of space magic, creating a space to seal people and things in it. But now this space has been cut abruptly. HMPH, your space is a little too tender compared to that monster upstairs. Turtledove can see Chiang Guang's elusive teleportation and the black hole that can swallow and counter other people's magic with his own eyes. The black hole makes people feel shuddering. She looked at them with a sneer, and in an instant the sword light rained down, and Zio was directly thrown away. Elder sister, Erza can only defend passively in the card, and the space to evade is limited. The smoke dissipated, and Erza's figure reappeared, and she came out of the card. Thank you so much for distorting the space so that I can cut a way out of it. Erza had experienced Chiang Guang's supernatural power, and the feeling of being unable to hit it was really powerless. After that, she also studied how to deal with this method of sending the body into another dimension like Laxus. It's just that she is different from Laxus. She wants to use her sword to cut into that space, but she has never been successful. Erza looked at Turtledove. You said your name was Turtledove, right? I have nothing to do with you, get out. Turtledove's expression didn't change when facing Erza, and he said slowly, I don't seem to have greeted you yet. After speaking, the armor that Erza was wearing now was directly shattered, revealing the casual clothes inside. How come? Allah, don't tell me you can't see at all. Turtledove's expression was fierce. It's all because you were so obsessed with finding Mr. Jellal that you didn't realize that you had already fallen into the shadow of the sword. Erza's face darkened when he heard this, and the gorgeous sky wheel armor instantly wore on his body, and his eyes finally turned into the eyes of looking at the enemy. It's not that there is nothing to do, it's the enemy. Turtledove is also very excited. She longs for difficult opponents and dangerous tasks, otherwise she would not become a dark guild. If it wasn't for Mr. Jellal's order before, she really wanted to fight that goblin doctor to see if she could cut him with her sword. Now that they met the famous fairy queen, of course they had to fight, otherwise she could kill Zio and take the card directly. She licked her lips. Let the horse come here. Ding. Erza launched the attack first, and appeared in front of Turtledove in an instant. The two swords collided, and Erza was thrown out. The sword of Tianlin reincarnation. A round of silver sword behind Erza in midair rushed towards Turtledove. May stream. With a flash of sword light, Erza's swords were all severed. Yasha flash. The sword light hit Erza who had just landed, and the armor of the sky wheel was instantly shattered. Moonless stream. Garuda Loyan. A huge ring of flames rushed towards Erza. The terrifying high temperature even distorted the space. Erza put on the Emperor Yan's armor in an instant. Although she had withstood the high temperature, the huge impact still made her slide a long way, and the armor of Yan Emperor was also broken due to the slash. You have a heat-resistant armor, right? Thanks to you, you can change clothes in an instant, but your current appearance is very indecent in front of men. Well, it's almost time to put on the strongest armor. Wait and regret it. Purgatory armor, change. A black armor appeared with a huge mace. Is this your strongest armor? Turtledove looked at the bulky armor with disdain. Erza didn't talk nonsense with her, and rushed over with the mace directly. Every swing made the sound of breaking the air, and the wooden bridge was directly blown apart. But the Turtledove nimbly avoided every swipe. While bringing great strength, the armor of Purgatory sacrificed flexibility. The Turtledove easily jumped into the air and slashed again, and the armor of Purgatory was shattered again. As Turtledove said before, her sword can cut through anything, and mere armor can't stop it at all. Now you should know, no matter what kind of armor can resist my sword. Turtledove looked at Erza who was kneeling on the ground, feeling a little disappointed. This is the fairy queen, she is too weak. Erza didn't refute, but Zio looked at his sister worriedly. He couldn't win, it was impossible for his sister to win against this monster. Erza stood up slowly, and the disguise magic was activated again. This time it was a set of ordinary clothes, the clothes of pure heart, without any additional effects. The scarlet hair was tied into a high ponytail with cloth strips, and the chest was wrapped with white cloth strips, leaving only a flared trousers. Turtledove got a little angry looking at Erza's outfit, what do you want to do with this appearance? It's just ordinary fabric, don't you underestimate me a little bit. Zio also yelled at the side, sister, what are you doing? You obviously have stronger armor, and you can obviously be stronger. Erza bowed his head in silence when he heard Zio's words, his blushing bangs covered his eyes, I'm not strong at all. I like to be alone, but I feel uneasy when I am with other people. So many companions disappear before my eyes, but I have no strength to protect them. Also, I have been crying and want to be strong. In order to make myself look stronger, I sealed my heart with armor. Because I'm too weak, I've been wearing armor and never dared to take it off. I always thought the armor protected me, but I was wrong, it made me weak again. It's fairy tale. When Erza talked about fairy tale, there was tenderness in his eyes, recalling every bit of the past. As the cherry blossoms fell, the heroic female knight took off her armor and became a female swordsman with her own firm belief. I will turn everything I have into strength to defeat you. Turtledove smiled, holding the hilt of the sword in his hand, the anger in his eyes disappeared, and the only thing left was the fighting spirit. Very well, Fairy Queen, I want to fight like this. The two looked at each other, they were waiting for an opportunity. The cherry blossoms fell to the ground, and the two rushed towards each other like arrows flying off the string. Ding! The sword light flashed, and the two fell to the ground, and one of the two swords in Erza's hand was directly shattered. The turtledove behind her chuckled, the winner has been decided. Afterwards, her sword continued to have cracks and finally broke, and Turtledove also fell heavily to the ground. You really have a trick, Erza. I didn't think I'd lose. It doesn't feel bad, but you and Mr. Jellal lost too. The light of justice is about to fall and kill everyone. What? It seems that Mr. Chiang Guang didn't tell you. He knows the existence of magic spirit power. He is really powerful. I want to fight him, but I should lose. Erza's complexion was ugly. She really didn't know there was such a thing as magic spirit power. Hugh, take Simon and Fairy Tale and leave. But sister. Zio looked at her worriedly. Erza touched Zio's head tenderly. Please, I will definitely end this. Grr. Juvia almost gave her the final blow. Eagle kept strumming his electric guitar as he watched the battle he had personally planned. Boom. Lucy was thrown out, but she had already understood Juvia's intentions in the water just now. Although Juvia had been controlled, she was still resisting in her heart, blaming herself for hurting her partner. Fairy Tale will never refuse anyone who can shed tears for his partner. Lucy stood up. Thanks to you, I came up with a good idea. It's so boring. Juvia, hurry up and get rid of her. Ying couldn't take it anymore, and gave orders to Juvia directly. Okay, watch me cut her into pieces with a jet saw. Juvia's body turned into a vortex and rushed towards Lucy. Lucy took out the key of Aquarius and put his hand into Juvia's body. Open it. Aquarius. Lucy uses Juvia's water to open the door of Aquarius, but she ignores the consequences. You guys are so annoying. Brats. Aquarius, who was being intimate with her boyfriend, was summoned and threw dead water waves at them. Ah, X2. The two little girls hugged each other directly to keep warm. It was terrible, this fish was so irritable. Only the eagle still smiled. It's useless, as I said, my hair can absorb water, no matter how much it is. But soon he couldn't laugh anymore. The continuous water had already exceeded the amount that his hair could absorb, and finally his hair fell out completely. Lucy and Juvia held hands, and their magic resonated. Go to hell. The eagle was directly sent flying. Boom. Spark. The eagle who was knocked into the air was still chanting his rock and roll. Great. Juvia. Lucy hugged Juvia excitedly. Juvia was also very happy, she successfully recovered. It didn't take long for the two girls to stick to each other when a furious blue figure separated them. Hey. The two were so scared that they separated directly. Aquarius leaned in front of Lucy. Girl, you dare to summon me in that kind of place, next time you will not want to summon me from the toilet water. Be careful, I'll kill you, dead woman. Lucy trembled. I'm sorry. Juvia next to her was also trembling. It was scary, all menopausal women are like this, Juvia doesn't want it. HMPH, really, I'm going on a trip with my boyfriend in the next 2 weeks, don't even call me. HMPH, single dog. Before Aquarius left, he still taunted Lucy. Lucy gritted her teeth in anger. she really should use the toilet water next time. In the end, there was only one big owl left among the 3 feathers. Gray was surrounded by flames, but the coldness on his body became more and more intense, and finally froze the flames. This thing is Natsu's fire. Don't laugh. You fake. Gray looked angry. He had no time to procrastinate. He had been feeling uneasy since Erza heard, "I will disappear whether I win or lose." He. Very good magic power. Xiao opened his mouth wide again. He fell for Gray's magic power, and wanted to repeat the same trick to devour Gray again. But Gray is not Natsu. He dodged Xiao's attack, the magic circle in his hand lit up, and the ice blade appeared on his elbow instantly. 7 dances of ice blades. Gray rushed in front of Xiao, and the ice blade on his elbow kept attacking Xiao. Boom! Xiao was knocked out directly, and Natsu in his stomach was also vomited out by him. Gray stood there thinking about what Erza was like when he was a child. That guy was always alone, and put his heart in armor. Gray looked at the top of his head, and he could feel that there were still 2 people fighting on the top of the tower, and if nothing else happened, they should be Chiang, Guang and Jellal. Erza will stay in Fairy Tale no matter what, so as not to make her cry. On a ship off the island of Tower of Heaven, everyone is here except Natsu and Simon. They learned from Hugh that the magic spirit power was about to attack here, and they all started to evacuate the island, while Natsu and Simon went to find Erza and Chiang Guang. How long will it take to launch the magic spirit power? Hurry up. Lucy was a little anxious. Both she and Juvia were brought here by Squareface and the others. After learning the news, she was very worried. I don't know, now I can only hope that they can find Chiang Guang and teleport him out sooner, right? Ben. Gray was also very worried. If it wasn't because his injury was too serious, he would have gone to find them too. When Lucy heard this, she hurriedly picked out the bear. She remembered that she had put the stupid here before, because it was inconvenient before. But she couldn't find Ben after digging for a long time. She suddenly remembered that Juvia seemed to have scratched her clothes before, that Ben. Inside the Tower of Heaven, next to a pale bald head, I slept so comfortably. Chiang Guang, I almost drowned Mr. Turtle. I can't be merciful next time, I must spit on him. Wait. Stupidly belatedly discovered, where is this place? Where did I go? Looking around, I can only see a pale sun. Master Turtle's eyes. Someone dropped a light bulb here. Boom, puff. Jellal was punched by Chiang Guang in the abdomen, spit out a big mouthful of blood, and hit the wall directly. Chiang Guang walked over and looked down at Jellal. What are you waiting for? You don't really think that your half-magic power can fight against me, do you? Chiang Guang didn't kill him. He just discovered something different in Jellal's body. He tried it with healing magic, and it worked. It distracted him from fighting for a while. Otherwise, with Jellal's strength, he could still survive for a while. But if you want to completely erase it, you need his other half. It was really a big move. When Chiang Guang felt this magic power, his previous doubts disappeared, and he also found the magic power of Jellal's temperamental change. Since Erza wants to save Jellal, of course he will help. The power of the magic wizard is about to drop, and you can't stop it. I really can't stop it, but do you think you can start it with me? Also, you really didn't feel abnormal just now. Jellal was silent. When he was hit by the emerald green magic during the battle, he would always recall the time when he met the spirit of Zirf. What you see is really true. He was in a mess, black magic power permeated his body uncontrollably, and a coat of arms similar to an eye appeared in his right eye. I don't care. 8 years. I have worked hard for 8 years. I must resurrect Zirf. I want real freedom and no longer be bound by others. Chiang Guang frowned at Jellal, who kept blackening, and raised his hand to stun him before speaking, but an unexpected voice interrupted him. Jellal. Erza, who was wearing the clothes of pure heart, looked at Jellal, who was wrapped in darkness, in shock with his injuries. Seeing the weird smile on Erza's face, Jellal raised his hand and pointed in Erza's direction, and a black magic circle appeared at Erza's feet. Something similar to a tentacle with weird red lines appeared and wrapped around Erza's body. Jellal. Erza didn't expect to attack suddenly, and she was entangled and out of breath, unprepared. Lion power. A lion head crushed those disgusting tentacles. Chiang Guang teleported over to rescue Erza, and the magic circle in his hand lit up to heal Erza's previous injuries. How did you come? Chiang Guang stared at Jellal and said to Erza, things seem to be a bit troublesome. Jellal, who was stimulated by Chiang Guang, felt a bit blackened. If he hadn't a little sense, he might have summoned Zykarin directly. Erza got up and stared at Jellal. Let me do it, there needs to be a break between me and him. Chiang Guang didn't stop him. He wasn't the kind who wanted to protect everyone by himself. He knew that no matter how strong people were, they couldn't do it. He prefers to let his partners grow by themselves, and he also knows that if Erza is not allowed to go, he may become a knot in his heart and keep it forever. Be careful, don't be fooled. He teleported away directly. He sensed that there were still 2 stunned youths still in the tower, and he had to throw them out. Of course, it's not that he doesn't worry about Erza. He left a mark so that he can rush over, and if he protects her, he will really look down on her. Avertisement. Erza, long time no see. After seeing Erza, Jellal slowly retracted the black mist into his body, and he has calmed down. Jellal, it's time to end it. The fairy queen didn't dodge this time, nor did she protect herself with armor. She is no longer afraid, and she will defeat him by herself. Magical Senate. A huge magic circle is being activated. The preparations for launching the magic spirit power are complete. Start to deploy the satellite magic circle. There is no problem with the magic crystal for shifting. Coordinates locked. Attribute fusion, no rejection. Start the countdown. The magical spirit power has been filled, and the final countdown has entered, and the few people who agreed to use the magical spirit power are praying. Under Zekalane's persuasion, 8 of the 9 judges agreed to use the magic spirit power, and only Yajima insisted on his opinion to oppose, but his objection was meaningless. Magic spirit power can only be activated with the support of 5 people, but now there are 8 people, and it can no longer be stopped. Yajima looked at him with wide-eyed eyes behind Chickline. He had overheard part of the conversation before. He felt that Chickline was very wrong, but no one believed him anymore, and maybe it was time for him to retire. Erza, where are you? Natsu and Simon ran towards the top of the Tower of Heaven, shouting Erza while running. They hoped that they hadn't seen Jellal in Erza, otherwise the magic wizard power would be finished. Boom! Chiang Guang suddenly appeared behind Natsu and punched him directly in the head. Okay, stop barking, your ears hurt. After realizing that Natsu was being attacked, Simon immediately put on a fighting posture, but put it down again after seeing Chiang Guang, and asked a little uncertainly, "Are you Mr. Chiang Guang?" Chiang Guang, who was wrapping his arms around Natsu's neck, turned his head to look at Simon. Huh. Ah, you are Erza's companion, and I happen to be looking for you. Let's go, the magic spirit power is coming. Don't, I'm looking for Erza. Is it really so handsome to be alone? Before Simon could speak, Natsu broke free and looked at Chiang Guang firmly. Although Simon did not speak, the firmness in his eyes was no less firm than Natsu's. Boom! Chiang Guang gave Natsu a shudder again. Idiot, don't you still have me? What are you worried about when I'm here? Go and join Gray and the others first. If I can't win, I'll call you to help. Chiang Guang didn't listen to their opinions. Although he was willing to let his partners grow up, it would be better to do it himself if the 2 were killed and the other injured. And he promised to give Jellal a big gift. No, I'm going to find Erza. Natsu wanted to escape and continue to look for Erza, but Chiang Guang directly opened a space door on the way he escaped and let him come back again. Without extra words, he directly stuffed Natsu into the magic circle, and Natsu appeared in the next moment on Gray's ship. What about you? Go in by yourself or should I help you? Simon hesitated, looked at Chiang Guang. Mr. Chiang Guang, Erza she. Ah, she's fine, but if you don't leave, maybe something will happen to her. Magic spirit power. Before Chiang Guang finished speaking, he felt a terrifying magic power gathering in the sky. Didn't say anything more, just said the same thing, let's go. Pray to the holy light. Release the power of the magic spirit. Boom boom boom. The huge magic power directly bombarded the Tower of Heaven, and the entire building shell of the Tower of Heaven was turned into ashes under the light. The powerful magic power caused waves, which directly overturned Gray's boat. Chiang Guang. Erza. Ha, Master Gui was scared to death. Master Gui thought he was going to die. Ben stretched out his head. He felt a very terrifying thing attacking him before, and immediately retracted his shell. He didn't know if he could block it, but it seemed that his shell was quite powerful. But what are the blue crystals around here? Was it like this before? Could it be possible that shrinking the shell by oneself has a time-traveling function? Could it be that he is the predestined tortoise? The excited Ben retracted his head again, and stretched out his head expectantly. It was still the same blue color, but there was an extra person beside him. Yo, long time no see, Ben. Gah, Ben started the bad mouth mode directly. He has already passed through, why is this idiot still there? When Guang heard the highly connotative words, he smiled stupidly and lay down on the ground, whipping him like a spinning top. You're swollen, and you've learned to swear, why didn't I know you were so obsessed? Ah, stop smoking, I'm so dizzy, help. Kill the turtle. ... After some friendly exchanges, Guang and Ben successfully reached a settlement. Sometimes Guang really didn't know whether he had found himself a partner or an enemy. So what's the situation now? Mr. Gui thought he had time traveled. Guang looked at him in surprise. How does this guy know how to time travel? He was discovered. Where did you see it? Lucis bookshelves are full. Guang was silent. Traveling is also popular in the fairy tale world. Why are there only magic books and Myris recipes on my bookshelf? He patted Clumsy's head gently. In the future, if you read less of Lucis books, you will easily become mentally retarded. Haven't you noticed that Lucy is becoming more and more like Natsu? Ben tilted his head and thought for a while. It seems so. Cold sweat broke out in an instant. It's Lucy. Still want to show me some novel written by her? This is hurting me, Mr. Turtle. Sure enough, what you can't get will hurt you. Okay, what are you thinking about? I'm going to find Erza. Seeing where the stupid turtle's thoughts had gone, Guang patted him again. Without giving him a chance to refute, the magic circle instantly lit up, and the two disappeared in place. A magic power complex appeared in the center of the explosion. A frog reported to the judges in a panic. The fusion power is extremely reduced, and another powerful magic power appears. Hurry up and connect the video. Connection succeeded. What caught their eyes was no longer the Tower of Heaven, replaced by a magic crystal of the same height. The brilliant blue was shocking. Magic crystal. The magic crystal has sucked away the magic power of the wizard's power. The judges were also shocked, and they all looked at Chiang and wanted to ask him what was going on. Zeke, what the hell is going on? However, Chiang didn't pay attention to them, and his figure slowly disappeared in front of everyone. On the magic crystal, Erza looked at Jellal, who was laughing wildly, with a look of fear on his face. It turned out that he was lying to her when he said that he had been rescued by her. She believed it, and hugged him tightly, wanting to bear the crime with him. Ah, I don't think I came at the right time. Guang and Ben appeared not far from the two of them. Watching Jellal, who was going crazy, he silently took out his camera to record the beautiful life. No, you came just in time. A person who looks exactly like Jellal appeared behind Jellal, and it was Zickline who had just disappeared. Before, Jellal couldn't use his original magic power. It was really dangerous just now, but Guang, you seem to be deliberately avoiding the vital points. Zickline. Erza looked at the new man in surprise, not expecting that he was also involved in this matter. Long time no see, Erza, you remind me of when we first met. At that time you and Makarov came to hand in the confession, identified me as Jellal, and attacked me. Chiang walked by Erza's side and stood next to Jellal. Although he was speaking to Erza, he was always on guard against Guang. Hey, don't look at me like that, I'll be shy, we can settle the score later. Guang grinned. Even though he said so, he opened the kaleidoscope in an instant, and half a skeleton titan appeared to wrap him. So, you know about this matter, and you even participated in it, right? The two of you are indeed in the same group. Boom. Without waiting for Jallal's answer, Guang directly attacked Chiang, and Chiang slowly merged into Jallal's body. Oh, a gang. No, we are the same person. Jellal, who used all his magic power, raised his hand to resist the skeleton's fist, and his whole body exuded golden light. Celestial magic, meteor, No longer as slow as before, he appeared in front of Guang in the blink of an eye, not much faster than Guang's teleportation. Boom! As if he was really hit by a small meteor, the powerful impact made Guang retreat crazily, and cracks appeared on the blue skull. Erza next to him didn't realize that the two of them had already fought. Jellal, who regained his magical power as the Holy Ten, was no longer suppressed and beaten by Guang. Jellal kept avoiding those huge branches and the howling wind. He wanted to take Erza away directly, but Guang threw Bumble out, and with Guang's obstruction, he couldn't do it. Jellal had no choice but to make a fist with his right hand in Erza's direction. Erza's body is covered with red text patterns that resemble snakes. Guang looked over, the restrained snake. Because of this distraction, Guang was shot out by Jellal's meteor and returned to Erza's side. Guang first touched the restrained snake with magic and made Ben look at her before looking at Jellal again. It's despicable. Hee, there is always a sacrifice to be made, even if it is someone I once loved. In fact, I hope you will be the sacrifice. Your body has reached the Holy Ten. Hee, I think you can use your own. Wrath of the Wooden Dragon. 3 thick branches are intertwined to form a huge wooden dragon, and the green magic ball in its mouth is constantly accumulating power. Jellal looked serious when he saw this, and some of the magic crystals might fall down. Jellal jumped into the air, 7 stars lit up in the dark night sky, and 7 magic pillars descended on the wooden dragon. Bang bang bang. The wooden dragon was disintegrated in an instant, but the magic ball in its mouth was still successfully condensed, and a terrifying explosion swept over directly. Guang directly entered the divine power mode, and Erza was protected by Ben. Only Jellal took the damage from the entire blast. The huge magic crystal was also broken into small pieces in the explosion, the smoke dispersed, and Jellal came out in tatters. His eyes were gloomy and terrifying. 8 years. It took 8 full years to build, and you dare to destroy it. Hey, I can't help it. I'm surrounded by demolition teams every day. I have to learn a lot. Guang stared at Jellal firmly, the dark magic circle also lit up in his hands, and a black hole slowly formed. I will never forgive you. Jellal crossed his hands, the golden magic circle lit up, and a black hole was also formed. Erza, who fell to the ground, saw the magic pupil constricted. This magic is wanting to struggle to get out to protect Guang, but was suppressed by the stupid. Hey, what are you doing? That's Guang, the #1 villain in Fairy Tail. He won't hang up if anyone dies. Mr. Turtle just passed through and he summoned me back. Celestial magic, dark paradise. Space magic, obliterate. Large and small black holes collided together, causing violent magical fluctuations. Although Guang's black hole is small, it can become larger through continuous absorption, but Jellal's black hole directly destroys Guang's stability, and the space collapses directly. Boom! The unstable magic power exploded directly, which was much more terrifying than the magic of the two before, and directly destroyed the huge magic crystal. The waves of magic once again spread to Natsu and others who were outside. They saw the tall magic crystal exploding and tilting constantly, and they were extremely worried about Erza and the others. Why don't you come out? Teleport. Quickly teleport over here. Although it's not good to say that, but Mr. Guang should be able to escape with Miss Erza. We are the ones who are worried. Juvia hadn't been assimilated by the idiot yet, looking at the magic crystal that was constantly leaning towards him, trembling. Natsu and the others were silent. Guang, come out and save us. Teleportation. I want to learn teleportation. Juvia, sail away. The illegal building is not credible, it just collapsed. Guang hugged Erza frantically to avoid the falling magic crystal. He originally wanted to teleport to the outside, but the collision of 2 black holes made the space fragile, and he didn't know where the teleport went. Jellal was even more unbearable. He was directly affected by the explosion just now, enduring the pain to avoid and chase after Guang and the others. Let me down, I will control the magic power, otherwise everyone will die. Erza struggled. He saw Natsu and the others, and they would all be crushed to death if they didn't stop. Guang looked in the direction Erza was looking at, and saw Juvia quickly controlling her water polo to escape. These guys, why don't you run a little farther and look at them? Guang gritted his teeth. He wanted to hang them all up and beat him, how many times have he said, don't stand under the 3 no buildings? Guang put Erza on Benben's body, put his hands together, and an incomparably huge magic circle appeared on the surface of the sea. Sweat flowed from Guang's forehead. Why is this thing so laborious? Thousands of hands. The sea water was lifted again, and huge waves hit Juvia's water polo. Ah, what is it this time? Look, the surface of the water. Gray looked in amazement at the 100-meter-high giant Buddha sitting on the sea. The original light circle behind it turned into countless wooden arms. What the hell is this? Gray's pupils quake, a monster bigger than Dai Leon. Boom. The hand behind the Buddha statue held against the constantly tilting magic crystal, but it still caused a small-scale explosion, which could only be sustained. Regardless of Erza's struggle, Guang placed her and Benben in the hands of the Buddha statue and sent them to Natsu's side. Guang, I can do it. I'll stop him. Ha, what are you talking about? Your business has ended, and the next thing is my grievances with him. Guang ignored this silly girl, and directly gave her a sleep magic to make her fall asleep. How could he sacrifice himself? Since he is still here, the tragedy cannot happen again. Hey, stupid turtle, I'll leave them to you. Benben didn't hold his tongue this time. He glanced at Guang and nodded very seriously. Don't worry, and you should be careful. Oh, I am very strong. After seeing them off, Guang exercised his body. It's really been too long since he hasn't exercised. Next time, let Laxus be his sparring partner. He turned his head to look at Jellal, who was covered in tatters and had a gloomy face. Hey, Jellal, you like my present, don't be petty in giving presents in the future. The magic circle in Jellal's hand lit up. I thought you escaped too. Hey, I think so too. After all, this is the magical power that can destroy a kingdom in an instant. It's about to explode, and I can't teleport. If I run, I'm afraid you'll be chased. Hey, why don't you chase me? I'll just run. In fact, Guang originally wanted to bring Erza into the Shinwei space, but he still wanted to try to save Jellal. Just send Benben and Erza there first. They are already so far away, and with Benben and their defense together, as long as it is not a direct hit, there is no problem in resisting the aftermath of the explosion. He can take advantage of the time before the explosion to forcibly take Jellal into his divine power space. Hehe, let's see if you have time. Jellal sneered, his eyes full of coldness. Only then did Guang see clearly the magic in Jellal's hands. Purgatory shattered. Jellal, you really didn't leave yourself a way out. Then Jellal's eyes have been replaced by purple-black and reddish weird eyes. The ghost of Zirf. Oh, I don't believe it, that black mage is still alive and well. When Guang knew that Jellal had lost his mind, the green magic circle in his right hand lit up, and he rushed directly in front of Jellal, holding down his head with his right hand and smashing it down. The magic was interrupted directly, but the collapse of the R system did not stop. Ah, the black magic power emanated from Jellal's mind, and confusion appeared in his eyes. Who are you? The powerful magic power directly sent Guang flying, but Guang's goal was also achieved, and the rest was only up to him. Ah, I am Jellal. This is not the kind of freedom I want. Erza, Grandpa Rob, everyone. Jellal kept roaring in the darkness, and Guang finally saw clearly the brainwashing magic, a purple-black jelly-like thing with red lines. The golden light in Jellal's hand lit up and waved towards the nightmare who had been controlling him. His eyes were also clear again, and he lay directly on the R system, looking up at the starry sky. It's so beautiful, this is the freedom I'm after. How do you feel? Guang walked to Jellal's side, and the two looked at each other in the magic crystal that was constantly exploding and collapsing. Thank you, it's pretty good. Erza has really made a trustworthy partner. Okay, then don't lie down, Erza is still waiting for you. Wait a minute, I'm not sober yet, give me a little buffer time. Guang looked at him quietly, the sickle-shaped kaleidoscope confronted the bright black pupils. Okay, you won, but hurry up, your achievements in the past 8 years are about to collapse. Jellal laughed miserably when he heard this. Hehe, it should have collapsed 8 years ago. What's Erza like in Fairy Tale? How do you say S-class mage, big sister, disciplinary committee member? Hehe, it really looks like her style. Guang also relaxed and sat on the magic crystal. After all, It's just a little girl in armor. I've seen her cry more than once. What do you think of the instigator? Yeah, I've been destroying her happiness. You know, when she was still in Tower of Heaven, many people liked Erza because she had sunshine, enthusiasm, and unyielding attitude that didn't belong here. She likes nice clothes, she likes to keep them clean, other magic is flying to the sky on a broomstick. If we had gone out together at that time, the ending would have been different. We wouldn't be fighting and killing in armor we don't like now. But fortunately, she seems to have met a group of partners who are worth fighting for. Guang listened quietly. He saw Jellal's body continuously merged into the magic crystal. Hey, are you really going to be a coward? If I say I can take you away, I will take you away. Do you want Erza to cry again? Seeing that his plan was seen through, Jellal smiled. Guang, you are very strong, I believe you can do it, but I have to put an end to everything here. 8 years ago, Tower of Heaven because of Jellal the call continues to build, and 8 years later it is my duty to end it. Guang wanted to grab his collar and pull him out, but the golden flames enveloped Jellal, making it impossible for Guang to get close, and made the magic power in the R system even more unstable, already on the verge of explosion up. Ha ha ha, didn't you say that the bomb I gave you last time was too petty, and I'll give you a big one this time. After speaking, Jellal's body accelerated into the magic crystal, and it was too late for Guang to get closer. He condensed a green light ball in his hand and threw it into Jellal's body. Coward, I will find you and send you whole and whole to Erza. Guang's entire body turned into a vortex and entered the divine power space. Here is. Erza slowly opened his eyes, and what he saw was a strange ceiling. Yo, you're awake. Guang was just about to chew an apple when he found that Erza had woken up. Is this heaven? When Guang heard this sentence, he forgot to eat the apple with his mouth wide open. What kind of dream are you having? He dreamed that he was going to heaven. Bah, just curse yourself, why did you curse me too? Sorry, where are Natsu and the others? We went to eat. They were all slightly injured. They are alive and kicking now. Maybe they fought for a chicken leg down there. While talking, Guang moved his position a bit. A pillar of fire passed through his position just now. Guang didn't get used to it, and directly summoned Ben from the space and threw him down. Ouch, Guang, me, puff, ha ha ha. Erza relaxed seeing everything she was familiar with, but soon she thought of something again, and looked at Guang with sad eyes and a little expectation. Guang looked at Erza's eyes and knew what she was going to ask. That coward, he was indeed possessed by something, and everything he did before was bewitched. Swish. Hearing this, Erza sat up and stared at Guang. Really? He didn't lie to me. Guang pressed an apple against her forehead and pushed him back, and stuffed the apple into her mouth. Calm down, eat an apple first. The truth is, but it happened after I helped him remove the magic. Although I didn't lie to you before, it was just to win your affection. Erza looked a little sad when he heard this, but he quickly cheered up. After all, he was bewitched. Just as she was about to ask something, she realized that there was still an apple in her mouth, and she bit it down and continued to ask, where are others? I went as a coward, but he said that he will come to you in a white suit next time. I hope you dress up well, and don't look for a princess instead of a knight. This is of course false. Guang never found Jellal at all, and he doesn't know where he was blown up, but he left behind a seed of life that he managed to condense. As long as it doesn't disappear immediately, it will recover possible. Yeah, Jellal. Of course Erza knew it was impossible for Jellal to say it, but she was willing to wait. This silly girl still trusted him even now. Boom. Guang, I want to duel with you. Natsu kicked the door open, and rushed in with a big bag on his back, and a fool on his finger. But before he could take revenge, Lucy pushed him to the ground behind him. Erza, you're awake. Miss Erza. Juvia originally planned to go back to join Fairy Tale today, but Erza woke up unexpectedly. Erza was also very surprised when she saw the people rushing towards her, but the moment Lucy hugged her, she turned into a heartwarming smile. I'm back, everyone. On the beach. I'm really sorry, little Erza. Elder sister. Sorry about this incident, Erza. Erza was glad it was over and seeing the four of them again. No, I should be apologizing. If I could have done it sooner, everyone wouldn't have suffered. Simon patted Erza on the shoulder. Why, if it wasn't for you, everyone would still be deceived. Erza looked at the tall man, put away his sad expression, and smiled at him. She knew Simon's feelings for her, but Erza shook his head and threw out the distracting thoughts in his heart. If you have nowhere to go, just come to Fairy Tale. Really? Meow. Of course, although this is not the same as the freedom you have been pursuing, it will be a very good guild. Besides, I also want to be with you all the time. Zio looked expectantly at her sister who had regained her spirits again, but it soon became gloomy. Simon saw what Hugh was thinking and patted him on the shoulder. Erza didn't notice their small movements, and pulled them towards the direction of the hotel. Come on, I'll formally introduce you to Chiang, Guang and the others. Night. Chiang, Guang and Ben were sitting on a tree fishing, and the hooks were connected to the sea through the space gate. Chiang Guang was probably the only one who used magic like this. Chiang Guang, don't you want to stop them? Erza doesn't want them to go either. Ben saw that Simon and the others were pushing a small boat to leave and couldn't help but make a noise. After getting along with them today, he felt that those 4 people were pretty good. Stupid, they finally made up their minds. They want to see the outside world. How can we stop them? Besides, things like partners don't disappear slowly after a long time of absence, they will always exist. Ben nodded half understanding. It's so troublesome, forget it, just stay at ease. However, the escape plan of the 4 of them was caught by Erza. Simon looked at Erza in front of him. His eyes were full of reluctance, but he said without hesitation, Erza, we still want to go outside and take a look, and finally we don't have to stay in the tower. Sister, although we don't understand anything and feel uneasy, we want to see the outside world with our own eyes. We no longer live for someone, but we will all live for ourselves in the future, and we must use our own hands to find ourselves. What I want to do. This is the freedom we want. Erza was silent, but after hearing this sentence, the worry in her eyes disappeared. Although she was reluctant to give up, I wish you all the best. As long as I have such a firm belief, I can rest assured. Erza's body was shining brightly. She put on her most solemn armor, high heels plus pettiskirt, and she held a spear like an elegant medieval European knight. Armor of farewell, armor of ritual. But people who want to quit Fairy Tale must follow 3 things. Listen up. Wait. Squareface wanted to say something more, but Erza didn't give him the chance. First, after leaving the guild, you are not allowed to spread bad news about Fairy Tale. Second, it is not allowed to meet with the former client in private to seek benefits. Third, even if you leave the guild, you must not forget Fairy Tale, the guild, everyone, and your former companions. Everyone in Fairy Tale is a companion. Quote. And, never forget in my life. My beloved friend. The last sentence Erza cried out. Even though she had a lot of reluctance, she still decided to let them enjoy their freedom. Fairy Tale farewell party. Begin. The 3 of Natsu jumped out, and Jubia wanted to join Fairy Tale, so they set off in the afternoon. Shish, shish, shish. Natsu acted as a firework cannon and spit out gorgeous fireworks. Erza looked up at the fireworks in the night sky with tears. Bloom in your heart, the flower of light. Gray and Lucy were not far behind, and blue and gold fireworks also exploded in the night sky, accompanied by a green Fairy Tale crest. Chiang Guang put away his fishing rod and appeared next to Gray, with a green glow still remaining in his hand. The 4 of Simon watched the grand fireworks with tears in their eyes, and slowly went away amidst the blessings of everyone. Erza stared at the boat sailing towards the unknown for a long time and couldn't move his eyes. I really want to be with you very much. However, in this case, it will definitely become a stumbling block for you. Then, I will bless your journey. No matter where you are, I will definitely remember you. Only by taking painful memories as food for tomorrow can we be stronger. Go forward firmly. As long as you don't forget this day, we will definitely meet again. Take care of yourself. Magnolia. The 5 Chiang Guang stood in front of the newly built guild, which was much larger than before, and could already be regarded as a manor. Oh, so big. Is this really our guild? Sure enough, without you few demolition workers, the speed is fast. Who blew up the guild last time? X4. Chiang Guang pushed open the door, picked out his ears, and refused to let him speak. Why are he so loud? I don't know if he has bad ears less than greater than. Is this an outdoor cafe? Gray was very surprised when he saw the brand new guild. There was absolutely no open-air cafe before, and Natsu looked unloved. He always felt that something was missing. It's different. Lucy was also very surprised. Not only the exterior has been changed, but the interior has also been changed. There are even grocery stores. Welcome. It turned out to be you. Welcome back. The clerk was Max, a member of Fairy Tale, who was also in the weekly magazine, but Lucy hadn't seen it before. Max, so you're working as a shop assistant. It's been a long time. Happy was very happy to see Max. He was sent out to study by the president before, and he hadn't seen him for a long time. Max arrows. Lucy remembered who it was when she heard Happy say it, and looked at him peach-heartedly. Guang looked at Lucy with a black line on his face, but it was only for one time. I basically did all the books at that time. I am so proud. Why didn't you come to me? However, there are quite a lot of things here, all around Fairy Tale. Guang also saw Lucy's figure. Max, please give me that figure. It's really nice. Max was still greeting Lucy, and when he heard Guang's words, he smiled and handed Lucy's figurine to him. Good eyesight, but be careful not to be seen by Mira. Certainly. Why is there such a thing? When did I authorize it? Lucy frowned when she saw this. It was too shameful. Ah, what are you talking about? When you joined Fairy Tale on the first day, you drank too much and I pressed the handprints for you. By the way, I am the biggest beneficiary. Lucy was stunned. What kind of black-hearted coal boss are you? Why don't I remember? I won't be sold. Ah, I didn't expect the factory to make it so realistic. Look at Lucy, it's still detachable. Click. The figurine can be turned into a swimsuit. Guang was kicked away by Lucy when he wanted to continue. Ah. Opening parenthesis question mark. Dish. 3. There are no normal people around me. Everyone pushed open the gate of the guild, and the hall was even bigger, and there was a huge stage in the innermost part. So beautiful. It's really good. The old man is willing to spend money. Only Natsu was sullen. It's different. Xiaolu, you are back. Seeing Guang and the others come back, Levi waved enthusiastically, introduced the new guild to them, added a game room, a swimming pool and a stage. More importantly, you can go to the second floor now, but you still need to have an S-level mage to go with you for S-level missions. You're back, a bunch of little fools. The president's voice appeared behind everyone, and he was all smiles, obviously very satisfied with his new guild. She's the new member Juvia, she's cute. The president introduced the person next to everyone. It was Juvia who helped them a lot in Akane. I'm Juvia, please give me your advice. Haha, I really joined. Welcome, please advise me a lot. Juvia responded enthusiastically to everyone, but when she came to Lucy, she stared viciously. Love rival, love rival, love rival. Lucy shrank her head in fear. Why is it always me who gets hurt? This person is not normal. There is another newcomer joining. Why don't you say hello to everyone? Guang and the others followed the president's gaze, and there was a black figure sitting on the chair next to him. How come? Why is he here? Just kidding. Gray and Natsu looked over in horror. Gray was even ready to fight. I saw Gajil sitting on the chair impatiently. Gajil. Why are you here? Wait a minute. Brother Gajil was introduced by Juvia. I think Brother Gajil has always been alone, and there is no way to leave him alone. Seeing that everyone was about to fight, Juvia hurriedly stopped in the middle to explain. Erza was also upset. With a face of disapproval, Juvia can accept it, but this guy is the culprit who attacked the guild. Even though Gajil didn't attack Levi and others, he destroyed everyone's original guild after all, and they didn't approve of his joining. But the president didn't have this kind of thought. Well, don't worry about it. As the saying goes, yesterday's enemy is today's friend. It's all right. Just kidding. I don't want to work with this guy. Natsu rushed in front of Gajil and patted the table and looked at him. Although the guy had a good fight at the time, he didn't agree with him attacking his partner. Gajil looked at Natsu in front of him and grinned. Don't worry, I don't want to get along with you, I just want to work. What did you say? Seeing that the two were about to fight again, Juvia explained frantically that she was afraid that Lord Grey might misunderstand. Okay, actually Gajil's nature is not bad, and as a guarantee, I will always watch him. Guang came out to be the peacemaker. Although the bombing of the guild made people very angry, but since the guild president approved it, he joined it, and the changes in Gajil after that were quite big. Guang came over and hugged Gajil's shoulders to calm him down. Gajil felt the strength of his shoulders and sat down. Natsu and the others also saw Guang's face and didn't say anything. Then let's do this first. But I always feel that this place is different from before. The compromised Natsu wandered around the guild again, looking for something different from what he thought. Thump. Suddenly the lights were turned off, and the hall went dark. The spotlight shone on the center of the stage, and Mirajan in a yellow dress sat in the center with a guitar. Mila. Guang's eyes lit up when he saw Mira. He hadn't seen Mira for almost a week and needed to replenish his energy. It didn't matter so much, he teleported directly behind Mira and hugged her. I am back. Mira felt startled by being hugged suddenly, but felt the familiar warmth and just glanced at him angrily. Welcome back, let's go down, I'm going to sing. No, I'll just stay here. A group of people in the audience were looking forward to Mira's performance, but who knew that they would immediately start distributing dog food. The president couldn't stand it anymore, so he arrested him directly. He was afraid that if Guang stayed on top, the demolition team below would tear down the stage. Without Guang's shackles, Mira tidied up her clothes. To celebrate Guang's safe return and the establishment of the new guild, I'll sing a song. I gently caress the table where you can't be seen. I only see my shadow. ... I looked up at the starry sky. I offer my heartfelt prayer. ... Guang listened to the singing and stopped making noise, just quietly looked at the girl on the stage. This is my girl. And there are still people waiting. When the lights went out, Guang immediately hugged Mira down. Yes, Mira, sounds good. Great, who's next? Thump. The lights turned on again, and Gajil in a white suit appeared on the stage, and everyone who was booing just now was instantly petrified. This is a song I wrote myself, best friend. Who wants you? Why are you still wearing a straight suit? Another. Gajil didn't affect his mood at all because of the gift thrown up. A heavy metal song filled everyone's ears. Guang took Mira away the moment he heard it. It was too scary. What kind of death rock is this? But just as he was leaving, he saw a pillar of fire and ice emerging from the new guild. The corner of his mouth curled up. That's great, this is fairy tale. Street of Magnolia. Gajil was resting under a tree in the park, recalling the smile of the blue-haired girl just now, and introducing himself to his side. Welcome, my name is Levi. I tell you this is fairy tale. Well, it seems to be pretty good. The corner of his mouth unconsciously curled into a smile. It was the first time he felt warm for the cold-blooded man. Before, he thought that he had a mission and never considered a partner. Maybe he could try it now. Before he could think about it, an arrogant voice interrupted him. Hey, your boy is Gajil. Gajil quickly stood up and looked behind him, but he didn't realize when there was someone behind him. You must know that this was the first time since he learned the dragon-slaying magic. No, it was the second time if you counted that person. A muscular yellow-haired man with earphones stood behind him with a gloomy expression on his face. You're just a brat who troubled my guild. That smelly old man, because he was not killed, he simply took him as a companion. Laxus approached Gajil slowly. Gajil originally wanted to attack, but thinking of that smile, he put down his hand. It's because of this that people look down on you. The veins on Laxus' face popped, and he kicked out with a thunderous kick, kicking Gajil directly into the tree. Ah! Violent thunder and lightning continuously raged on him. I heard infuriating things in various taverns on the way back, and fairy tale is no big deal. That guild is hopeless. The furious Laxus put the fault on Gajil, and a bolt of lightning directly covered Gajil. Ah! Gajil endured the pain. Since he chose to join, he should be punished for what he did. Perhaps not relieved, Laxus went up and kicked Gajil, who was already on the ground. I'll let you know what it's like to disobey fairy tale. Boom. Originally, he wanted to kick him away with one kick, but was stopped by another kick. Hey, Laxus, it's been a long time since I learned to bully, and I started to bully people. Guang blocked Laxus' kick, and followed Levi behind him to help Gajil back. Are you okay? Drink this quickly. Levi looked at Gajil worriedly, and took out the healing potion from his bag. She originally went to Guang's home to ask Guang about words and books that he didn't understand. He can be said to be her first teacher. However, Guang didn't expect that the space imprint he left on Gajil's body had been struck by lightning, so he teleported over in a hurry, and Levi was worried that he also came over together. No need, it will be fine in a while. Enough fighting. Well, I will still have work. Gajil said to Laxus, struggling to stand up, but was pressed tightly by Levi. Why are you like this? Drink. Regardless of Gajil's refusal, Levi directly stuffed the potion into Gajil's mouth. She didn't reject Gajil. Although she just saw Gajil being beaten all the time, she didn't believe that Gajil had no ability to resist. He really wanted to join Fairy Tail. Laxus didn't care about Gajil anymore, and looked at the person in front of him with bulging veins on his forehead. Why, you want to be an envoy of justice, Guang. The golden lightning struck Guang directly, but was diverted away by Guang before it got close to him. You have to learn to accept your partner, Laxus. The mistakes of the past are in the past, and he already knows he has repented. Just now he was capable of resisting. Oh, it's just an ant. Resistance is also an ant, just crush it. You know what people say about Fairy Tail right now. Facing the enraged Laxus, Guang always showed a calm face. Laxus, is the evaluation from outside really that important? It's because of your thoughts that Fairy Tail is so casually evaluated and trampled on. Laxus rushed directly in front of Guang. What he hated the most was the old man and Guang. Why did they care so little about Fairy Tail's reputation? Why did they put up with those random comments, and why did they let those who hurt the guild stay? Fairy Tail should have soared in the sky and defied the weak, instead of being trampled upon by their ridicule. Guang raised his hand to block Laxus' punch, and the magic power of thunder and wind collided. Gajil stood in front of Levi and defended her. Laxus and Guang looked at each other. What he saw was the same eyes as that smelly old man. His anger was ignored. He knew that his thoughts and Guang's thoughts were completely different, but he was already extremely angry. Boom. Guang, I will prove to you that a real fairy should soar in the sky. Pushing his fist hard to separate the two, he retracted his thunderbolt, turned and left. Boring. What Fairy Tail? He doesn't have time to play partner blood games with them. He wants the strongest Fairy Tail. When Laxus turned around, his face was distorted with anger. He couldn't take it anymore. I will take over Fairy Tail. Guang looked at Laxus's back and didn't stop him. This guy also admitted his death, and he won't admit defeat until the end. But it seems that he really loves Fairy Tail, otherwise he wouldn't be able to stand others saying that Fairy Tail is bad. Hey, your injury hasn't healed yet. Levi's voice pulled Guang out of his thoughts, and he looked at Gajil, who was stubbornly trying to get up. You get up so violently that the wound will open. Don't worry about it, I still have tasks later. After he finished speaking, he continued to struggle to get up, but green branches suddenly appeared under him and tied him up. Guang walked up to him slowly, put his hands on his chest and felt silently. I advise you to listen to the doctor. Do you know why I took the initiative to apply to supervise you? Gajil tilted his head, and didn't want to talk to Guang. Guang was not used to it, and gave him a violent shudder, which stunned Gajil. That's why I say you dragon slayers are all dogs. You have to fight to be obedient. There's nothing wrong with your trauma. It will heal after a while. The serious thing is the thing you took before. After knowing that you can participate in that war, I knew that you must have eaten something. Even if you are in the body of a dragon slayer, it is impossible for you to recover so quickly. I just checked your body. It's terrible. Don't say anything else. You will be blocked with magic power now, right? Gajil was silent, although his stubbornness told him that he should refute, but the fact is that what he said was true. There was a delay when he really used magic, and sometimes it hurt. Boom. Guang, you gave him a chestnut. Why hit me again? Gajil couldn't bear it anymore. When had he ever been beaten like this, and wanted to rush up to bite the fool? Guang hurriedly pulled the branch away. He was afraid of rabies. Of course I beat you because you were sick and stopped seeing a doctor. You don't plan to beg the doctor and bite the doctor when such a powerful doctor stands in front of you. You are quite a tiger. Gajeel gritted his teeth angrily. No need. I can do this little injury myself, but the release of magic is a bit slower, and I can still do the task. Boom. This time it was Levi who gave him a shudder. It can't be like this, brother Chiang Guang, heal him, you are the best. You can definitely cure him, and you will definitely not pay attention to what this guy said. Gajeel wanted to refute but Levi stuffed a book into his mouth. Chiang Guang patted Levi on the head, as expected of him who brought him up, his words are really good. He lifted the branches from Gajeel's body, patted his head, and gave him a big smile. Congratulations, I have successfully recognized you, welcome to Fairy Tale. After speaking, he teleported away without waiting for his reaction, leaving only Levi and Gajeel awkwardly in place. Ah, Chiang Guang me, you are really healing. You are revenge. I want to tell the president. In a cauldron, Gajeel was continuously roaring and cursing Chiang Guang. What kind of treatment was this? He felt like a big goose. Now Natsu, who was watching a movie outside the iron pot, didn't smile kindly, and threw potatoes into it from time to time. Chiang Guang didn't delay. After the examination, he brought Gajeel for treatment. Then he felt that the two of them alone were a bit boring, so he called Natsu and the others, including Levi and Juvia. Levi was studying with a serious face, and took notes from time to time. Although he didn't know how to heal magic, Chiang Guang said that this method can be done without healing magic, but it's just a bit time-consuming. Ha ha ha, Gajeel, I didn't expect that you still have today. You are not iron, why are you still afraid of this boiling water? Natsu laughed wildly, and the iron was afraid of getting hot. Gajeel didn't talk nonsense, and directly poured water on Natsu. Ah, it hurts so much. When Natsu came into contact with the water, he realized that there was something in the water that made him feel particularly painful, and his hands turned purple immediately. Of course it can't just be boiled water, Chiang Guang added 66 kinds of herbs in it. Boom. Chiang Guang directly gave Natsu and Gajeel a chestnut. Don't play with the water, and Natsu, if you throw potatoes, you will also be thrown in. Sorry. X2. Okay, the first step is almost done, how do you feel? Chiang Guang released Gajeel and asked. It's okay, but it feels a bit stretched, as if the whole body is stuffed. No. Gajeel felt his own body, but he always felt a little strange. He wanted to use magic, but found that he couldn't use magic. He could feel it, but it was blocked, and it felt completely blocked. Gajeel looked at Chiang Guang with sharp eyes, his face was a little gloomy. What's going on here? Snapped. Chiang Guang slapped his head. Don't worry, I won't plot against you. This is the medicine in the soup just now. If it is blocked, it means everything has gone in. Of course, I can't guarantee if there is any potato starch in it. Hearing this, Gajeel glared at Natsu viciously, but Natsu stared back knowingly, and made a grimace by the way. Gray and the others were also very surprised, and directly blocked the magic with medicine. Wouldn't it be possible to use magic if it's blocked all the time? Erza asked curiously. If this is really the case, then this method is too perverted. What are you thinking? If you don't care about it, it will be gone in 3 days at most, but the side effect in his body is not, it will always exist. Lucy was surprised when she heard this. The medicine Chiang Guang used was not as good as others, then the one in Gajeel's body is better. Natsu became energetic when he heard this. Ha 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 ha, Chiang Guang, I didn't expect you to be surpassed. Chiang Guang looked at the two crouching dragon and phoenix chicks with pity. Fairy Tale is truly blessed to have you two, so he ignored them and continued with his preparations. Instead, Levi put down his notes and explained to Lucy, well, Xiaolu, Gajeel's body is poison, which is the product of a failed treatment medicine. Brother Chiang Guang's medicine disappeared after 3 days because it was for treatment and has no side effects. Brother Chiang Guang's healing potion also doesn't have the side effect of this blockage. Lucy's eyes turned into peas in an instant, and her face flushed, and she realized what a stupid mistake she had made. I'm sorry greater than people less than. She wanted to summon her own Big Ben to lock herself in. The clever Natsu didn't care, and nodded pretendingly, so that's how it is. Okay, don't be stupid, come here and bake. Guang took out a handful of silver needles, at least a few hundred, and Gajil saw cold sweat on his forehead. Isn't this also for treatment? It's quite smart. Wisdom grass didn't add it to you for nothing, and you have learned to answer quickly. Asshole, why do you need needles for treatment, and why do you use wisdom grass in it? Guang picked his ears impatiently. The sound was really loud, and it's not like he couldn't hear clearly. Ah, brother Guang, didn't you say that this method is so simple that anyone can learn it? Levi silently put away the notes. She had seen Guang's acupuncture before. It was very powerful, but she couldn't understand it at all. And last time there were only 9, how come there are hundreds of them this time? Guang was roasting needles with Natsu brand flames. Hearing Levi's words, he passed the needles in his hand to Levi. This needle is short, and it doesn't need too much difficulty in operation. I will slow down later, and you can find someone later. Practice, practice. Levi looked at the silver needle. It was really much shorter than before, but practice, it seems a bit costly to my friend. Look, it's here, actually it doesn't hurt to get stuck in. Ah, Guang was slapped in the face as soon as he finished speaking, and the pigeons staying in the backyard were scared away. Sorry, your skin is too hard and not tied well, so I hate you dragon slayers, it is too rough and thick. Gajil grinned in pain. Huh. No matter how rough the skin is, it can still be as thick as you. You smashed it to pieces before. Ah. Guang pulled out the needle with an innocent face, tilted his head and looked at Gajil with a smile. What did you just say? No. It's okay, you can continue. Well, that's nice. Without Gajil's troubles, Guang quickly finished piercing, and now Gajil looks like a sea urchin with thorns all over his body. There are a bunch of people around to study it. Levi carefully observed the position of the sword, and Erza summoned one of his smallest swords and swiped twice, not knowing what he was thinking. Natsu wanted to touch the needles, but was stopped by Guang. If you dare to touch, you will be the one who gets stuck next time. Natsu was so scared that he hid directly behind Lucy, and Lucy scratched his head in embarrassment. Well, why is this needle pricking? In order to expel the medicine in his body. When the medicine is expelled, it will also bring out the things that were blocked before. Guang was afraid that Lucy would come up with something abnormal again, so he explained in detail as much as possible. Ah, so, how long will the needle last? Gajil raised his head when he heard this. He also wanted to know, although it doesn't hurt now, it's very inconvenient. Wait a minute, I'll get another thing. Grey Natsu is here to help. I saw Guang took out an iron block, asked Natsu to melt it, and then added various herbs and other unknown things to it. Then let Grey cool down again, and it turned into an iron block again, but this time it turned into a colorful iron block. Okay, it's done. Guang looked at the colorful iron in his hand and nodded in satisfaction. Bringing this well-crafted piece of iron to Gajil's mouth, come, eat. Gajil was very speechless. What kind of operation is this? But he still opened his mouth obediently. Ah. Chew. The taste is surprisingly good. It's not bad. Why is it an iron block? To replenish energy. Opening parenthesis question mark. Underscore. No, only herbs are useful. You only eat iron, so I gave you a piece of iron. Crack. Gajil stopped chewing, and looked at Guang blankly. Did he only eat iron? Are you such a picky eater? What I ate yesterday seemed to be tofu, right? This time, even other people looked at Guang's eyes and Shendu was a little bit wrong. Well, is there such a possibility that he can eat other things, just like Natsu? Guang was silent, because every time he saw this thing eating iron, he forgot what to do, shame on him. Time machine, find out where there is a time machine. Guang looked around. This is his home, there is no time machine at home. He had already looked for this when he made Mira angry. Looking at everyone's increasingly weird eyes, Guang comforted himself not to panic. As long as he is not embarrassed, it is impossible to be embarrassed. Ah, dragons, irons, to replenish energy, eat more, and you can pull it out when it's done. There was no way around it. Guang chose to skip this question directly. Hey, don't you. Ah, Gajil screamed again, this time louder than before. I saw a silver needle in Guang's hand, and the silver needle was covered with a foul-smelling black substance. Okay, the toxin has come out, it's this thing, it's the same on other silver needles, come on, I'm tired, by the way, it will hurt a little when you pull it out lightly. Guang smiled and said to everyone, especially when the pain became a little bit worse, and then the body gradually faded and disappeared. Natsu Gray didn't care about Guang's stupid behavior anymore. They looked at each other and smiled unconsciously. They just knew they were having fun. Hey, Gajil, here we come. It's for your own good too. Gasan, you don't want your body to be unable to use magic, do you? That, I will be lighter, you bear with it. Ah, don't come here, don't move there, I will come there myself. Guang's home. Guang, what do you think of this dress? Too revealing, change to another. What about this? Too revealing, this, change, boom, change and change, you will know that you are exposed, I am almost wearing everyday clothes, you come, you choose one. I've already prepared it for you, look. Guang took out a black one-piece swimsuit from the four-dimensional space behind him. How about this one? If you don't like this color, I have other colors. Do you want the pink one? Boom, Mira added another bag to him, I'm going to participate in the Miss Fairy Tale contest. Not diving, you're not as good as my usual dress. It hurts, so why do you have to wear a swimsuit for the Harvest Festival? You can just wear it casually, and you can use magic. This is more than a weekly magazine. Humph, this time Erza is also participating. I can't be worse than them, I'll choose another set. Angrily, Mira rummaged through her closet. The dense clothes were all bought by Guang. Guang would buy clothes for Mira if he had nothing to do. After all, the clothes of the black-hearted boss were really nice. It can be said that Mira has the most clothes besides Erza. Erza really wants to buy any clothes he sees. Guang looked at Mira who was rummaging around, her head was full of black threads, she was so eager to win. Suddenly a small black piece of fabric flew over, Guang grabbed it, and after looking carefully, his pupils widened and he felt his nose go away. A rush of heat. Well, Mira, this is. Mira looked back when she heard Guang's voice, and saw a black lace one with almost no fabric in Guang's hand. Snapped. Ah, don't look. Go to hell. This time, Guang was completely kicked out by Mira. Guang stood outside the door imagining how Mira would put it on, and unknowingly, hot blood flowed from his nose. It's so exciting. Guang was walking aimlessly on the street. Just now, Mira got more and more angry and kicked him out directly, but Guang just soothed his restless heart. Hey, Harvest Festival, that yellow-haired Laxus is going to make trouble. How did it start? After the beauty pageant, it seems that I have to sneak into the backstage, otherwise what will happen to them after they are petrified? Boom! Suddenly, a golden thunder flashed across the sky, and the surrounding residents didn't understand what was going on, so they looked around separately, and found that there was nothing to do, so they went back to their rooms to do some things that should be done at night. Only Guang looked at the thunder and smiled, you are looking for me for a drink at night, Laxus. Forest outside the city. Guang saw the yellow color from a distance, and there was wine prepared beside him. Hey, Laxus, you're quite elegant, why don't you buy me a drink at night? Laxus didn't talk nonsense, threw him a bottle of wine, and he knew Guang would come. Guang took it and smelled it, and he was still a high-end product. Hey, where did you get rich? But it's not good for the four of you to gather here at such a big night. Guang's eyes radiated a gloomy light. Laxus is ready to strike first. What? Afraid we will harm you? Laxus didn't look at Guang's expression, and drank his drink indifferently. Guang withdrew his gaze from looking at him, and sat down beside him. Well, it doesn't matter, I'm very strong, you still can't keep me. I am the strongest. What? Forgot the 19 games you lost to me? Huh, why didn't you say that you lost to me before? Guang just smiled, you were the strongest only when you were young. Times have changed, that was when you were young, and you were already quite old at that time. If I were your age, I would feel ashamed. When Laxus heard this sentence, he was annoyed, a thunder flashed above his head, and he grabbed Guang's collar. You are still so short-mouthed, kid. Guang was not annoyed either. He rolled his eyes and pulled out his collar. You're still so excitable, I told you to play less Minecraft, it's going to damage your brain. Boom. Laxus couldn't bear it anymore. and punched Guang in the same position, but Guang was already prepared, and avoided it with a move of his butt. After venting, Laxus also felt comfortable, and didn't continue to do anything, just took a sip of wine. Phew, you are still really annoying, brat. Guang also sipped his own portion, and the atmosphere was rare and peaceful. Time passed slowly, and Guang broke the calm. The old man is getting worse and worse. Laxus's originally lazy expression froze, and a trace of nervousness appeared on his face, but it disappeared quickly. I told that stinky old man a long time ago, give way to me earlier, and go to have a good time by myself, but I just don't listen. I insist keeping the position of the president. It's all right now. Aren't you worried? Oh, what am I worried about? He didn't give his grandson any privileges, and he didn't care too much. Besides, why don't you still be a doctor? What's wrong with him? Quote. Guang showed no expression, just looked at Laxus quietly. So, what is the purpose of coming back this time? To participate in the harvest festival. I don't believe it. No matter what you want to do, don't make the old man angry again. Hearing this, Laxus put away his previous lazy expression, stood up, and looked down at Guang with a fierce smile. Oh, you really care about him? Don't worry, I'm here to play games. Guang didn't care about his aura. It's okay to scare the kids with this thing. Your expression doesn't look like you're playing a game. Hehe, it's a great game. Let's go. Come to church to find me tomorrow. As for when you will know. Laxus didn't say much, left a word and was ready to leave. This made Guang a little puzzled. He originally thought that today would be a fierce battle. After all, Laxus and thunder gods are not so easy to deal with. Didn't expect that he really just drank a drink and left. What's the difference between you taking a sip of water and leaving after sending people into the room? Hey, you won't really let me watch the moon and drink wine. Originally, I had other plans, but after thinking about it, I decided to forget it. Everything will come to fruition tomorrow. In fact, I still hope that you can stand by my side. After Laxus finished speaking, he did not stay any longer, and led the Thors into the city as lightning. Only Guang was left to watch the moon silently. Laxus, you are still you, wanting to solve troubles but unwilling to use dirty means. You are too proud. Guang looked at the moon, drank the wine in his hand and left. Laxus, we are partners. I have been with you, but you haven't recognized your heart yet. I will help you to recognize it. Guang also left, leaving only 2 discarded wine bottles casting long shadows under the moonlight. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.